All right, what is up, YouTube? We are glad to be here.
Are we live?
We are live. Thank you, sir.
Are we live? Hello?
Yes, we are definitely here. I got to make sure the music's down
Welcome
low
to
enough
the
that
show.
we don't get in a bunch of trouble with the YouTube people.
What's your problem? Yo, hey, easy.
Good
Easy,
Lord,
son.
y'all acting like you got a hangover, man. Like, your driver
What?
didn't even win.
Can somebody send me the link for the YouTube?
That's what she said.
You should be subscribed to our YouTube channel, sir, and you should get it automatically.
Hey, Duppy.
You're right. I am. So
You know what a Duppy is?
I disagree.
No, bro. Like, you got to turn that bright white circle down.
Jake, you may have had too much to drink, bro.
No?
Like,
It's just
gonna
it's just nobody likes staring into the sun.
look at the moon.
it's not that bright.
Your moon.
Okay.
Hey, we're live.
I think we are.
I want to say something.
It says I'm waiting for Here for the Speed.
Well,
I don't know how I'm waiting.
it's
'cause-
official. Matt won the championship.
Yo, let's go. I just had to put it in the chat to make sure everyone knew on Facebook.
hold on. Why the heck am I still just Jeff? No, that needs to change
So many
right now.
hearts.
You can't. It's
Nah,
over.
you're just Jeff.
You're not even Jeff. You're just Jeff.
I can't fix that.
That's
We
Shit,
did
right.
the statistics.
You have mad Jeff energy.
We
today.
did the statistics.
Hendrick fanboy, top
my
to bottom,
Whatever, dude.
play drums.
I'm not going
All
to
right.
lie.
You
know
and
what?
Jeff are almost the same
I am
person.
so proud of Jeff changing Byron to Larson because I
Well,
bullied him
peer
so
pressure.
hard.
I mean, in this case, it
I
didn't
had
matter.
to think back, okay, high school bullying. What can we do? And I bullied the crap out of him into picking Larson. He's like, I already had it set. Don't worry about it. I was like, I'm proud of you. Thank you. You didn't pick Blaney. So
I don't
that,
believe him.
That means everything to me. So,
Really? Are you sure?
because I won. I didn't have to worry about numbers. I might as well just pick Blaney. That's it.
I'm subscribed. Okay.
Okay.
I'm proud of you. I don't
You
even
just
have a
did that
YouTube.
just now. I just got
No,
the
I did
notification.
not. I swear to everything.
It just
I did
said
not.
Nate had subscribed.
Yeah, whatever.
Although on the real, I did notice it happened like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I love Kuzma. Jake for Blaney. Yes, sir.
No,
Especially
Jake,
that- especially
Jake
with that-
picked
especially with that
Byron.
beard.
He's dumb. Don't listen to him. I was the only
Man,
one who
I
picked
still
Byron,
like Blaney,
or
bro.
Blaney.
I'm allowed to like Blaney, but
I don't
thought
like
Byron would
Blaney.
win.
I don't like Blaney at all.
If
Oh
y'all
my God.
didn't
Is
see
it
that
really
video
gonna be
of
like
Nate,
that? I have to live
Man,
my
stop
the
with your
rest of my
kids for
life.
Blaney and your people for Blaney.
I'll tell you
Kids
what.
for Blaney.
Dogs for Blaney. God
dogs
damn.
for Blaney, people for Blaney,
He's not,
politicians for Blaney.
Put
Yeah.
that guy in the presidential office. God dang.
He's not gonna do anything
I'd vote
for the
for
rest
him
of his career.
Never mind, not going there. I was like,
Good stuff, bro.
he's not gonna do anything.
You're not
the
gonna
rest
do
of his
anything for
career.
the rest of your career.
I
He's
don't
gonna
remember
go
what I
to,
was
over
looking
to
for.
RFK.
I'm looking for the music.
know?
That's right.
And look how much success RFK has had.
Who?
Anyway,
Yeah, that's kind of rude.
Who?
RFK.
All right. Are you
That's
guys?
that partial 14?
Oh my
Right?
gosh,
The
the
pro-
best.
Oh, that's the one where Chris Buescher had been like picking him up and resurging? Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Hey,
that's
didn't you
right.
pick
Chris
Chris
Buescher-
Buescher this week?
Yes, sir.
To
he
win
did
the
great.
race?
He did great. No, not to win, but to do good. He did good.
He did good.
Happy with Chris Buescher.
Yeah, he
I
did
sure
all
as
right.
hell didn't pick Brad.
He had a kid.
We weren't even sure if he was going to race today.
Nobody knew if he was gonna.
Did he race today? I
He
don't
did.
know.
Did he race today? I didn't see him all day.
No, well, that's because they don't
Oh
want to care. They
my
were just
God.
talking about
I
the
am
Oh,
championship.
yeah.
going to.
He
But
was
we did
battling
check.
Gilliland.
Some
Yeah.
New
Was-
Yorker.
that's
butt.
what it was?
Yeah.
Wait. What do they
that's
call
right.
that? What do they call it?
What do they call what?
Something like
You know,
hack?
the
sorry.
best thing.
What?
He was battling
Hamlin?
Gilliland for what,
The
20th
absolute
place?
best thing to
Oh,
do
that's
to
right.
spank
All right.
some people's butt is give them.
Let's get this thing rolling
Hey,
up
Brad
so we
should just
can
stay
have
in
y'all
North
right.
Carolina.
All right,
He
here we go.
started
Cole Custer,
31st.
yesterday's champion, should have let him run.
You guys are rude. You guys are you're just so nitpicky and rude.
Ryan Blaney wins the championship race at Phoenix.
right, he does.
Every series this week gives us something to talk about, and we are all here for the speed. Vroom, vroom.
Whatever. Okay.
What is up, guys? My name is DJ. I'm with Here for the Speed. Let's get introductions out of the way because it's going to be a fun show. I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Jake. I just like, are we just not gonna like give any heads up to when we're gonna start the show?
I in my all fairness, you can go and watch. I was like, okay, let's get ready to go. and I gave
did
y'all a
say
Yeah,
good
this
20
is like
seconds.
not a fun game of like, okay, here we go, like and just jump
All right,
off.
so
the
that's
Worked for
Jake.
me.
Listen,
I'm Nate.
You're not
What's
just
up?
Jeff.
I'm here for the speed. I'm not just Jeff.
What's up,
That's
Jeff?
Regardless of what you see on the YouTube, whatever.
it's
Go
hard
ahead.
to change, okay?
Ladies
Well,
and
y'all,
gentlemen.
y'all are pretty similar though.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Matthew. Our 2023
Local Brad Keselowski fan.
local Kabrak Keselowski fan, Ryan Blaney Picker. We won! Let's go! Nobody else picked Blaney but me, therefore I win by default. Let's
Where the
go!
heck did that come from?
It's what I got. It's got a flag, a lug nut, a race trophy. You'll get one next year if you don't pick a hack.
We don't support the LGBTQ community.
What
No,
happened?
you only
So-
support
so-
what is it? Bowman?
Byron?
Byron, same thing.
No, Bowman.
So here's my question:
Well, what?
Has he
whatever.
Pretty
passed?
sure he roots for
Has he
Bowman.
Yeah,
passed
probably.
post-race inspection yet?
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to be honest. They're
We'll
not
still
going to.
take the win.
DQ him. DQ him.
They're not.
No,
There's
there's
no
no DQ.
way they're going to DQ with their
Could you
champion.
imagine?
No.
I'm just gonna say because at that point Jeff wins.
Gross.
Whatever.
This
Gross.
is just Jeff with a beard.
Whatever.
You grew that beard really fast, Jeff.
Congratulations.
How did you grow that over the last week?
It's Nate. Okay, it's nasty Nate.
oh my god!
God.
Yeah.
I don't need to know what they call you on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right.
Well,
Yeah. So, man, we that was an interesting race. I think we all kind of agreed that kind of wished it was the Xfinity race.
It was,
But the end I thought was pretty
it
good.
wasn't as good as Homestead.
Yeah.
the best.
It's time to move it back. You know, not to just jump, super deep in right away, but
I thought it was better.
not the same, man.
I think I thought it was better in general. I think they you said they were bringing a new tire this week, right? The
I
short
think
track.
so. I think so.
It seems
I
like it
never
'cause
really
it-
saw, but it did seem better.
It
than
did
spring.
seem better. So I think that's something cool if we want to look at it from a a realistic standpoint. Cool. But obviously, yes, Ryan Blaney won. Matt in our fantasy league, we'll kind of give you guys a little bit more of a rundown on
Yes,
that.
sir.
But Matt did win.
I'll take it.
Unfortunately,
pending.
so now
pending.
we get
No
to hear
penalties.
Matt gloat for the next 3 months.
I did give DJ.
It only took all of last year to know that we didn't want to do this.
I
again.
gave DJ full authority to mute me at any time.
I'm
Nah.
ready.
I am the best. There is one side. You all stink. Next year, I plan to do it again.
I'm having too
man.
much fun.
So
with that.
back-to-back wins. I'll take it. I'm super proud.
Honestly,
Whatever,
like
dude.
in the fantasy league, I feel like so many times, I feel like I had the
You were
picks,
you were
but
lucky.
it's just like bad luck, man.
You were just lucky to make it.
No. I
forward.
feel like I had bad luck. I had the picks. I'm looking good, and
my
at the
kinda
end of the
luck.
race, it just fell apart. And I'm like, I don't know.
when the playoffs hit, you do turn into DJ. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Only last year and this year.
Listen, I can achieve a level of awful that is just unparalleled, and you were close. Like that's
Thanks.
you're welcome.
What a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
I
right?
sent off a really funny text earlier
That was
today,
really funny.
not knowing who I was going to pick or how this race was going to turn out, and I was just obnoxious. And I was like, thank you all for being a part of
You
the
act like this
season.
isn't a normal freaking weekly thing for you to
That
send
is true.
obnoxious text.
You know what? You lie, but I'll make it weekly from now on. When I'm in the lead, I'll make sure
Again,
it's
it's
weekly.
no difference than normal.
I said basically, it's been nice whooping y'all's butts all year. I've got 33 stage wins. I got 13 race wins. I'm going to make it 14 race wins. Congratulations. I'll see you next year. Happy Christmas and Merry off season.
Fun
Congrats.
fact: I will end with the most stage wins and tie you. For
And
the
you
most
still
race wins.
lost. Can figure that one out, brother.
Whatever.
I can't tell you. I
This
don't know how you
championship
still
format
lost.
is junk, and we should just go back to an average.
Whoa, hold on. I was
It
just
took
saying, you were the one
35
that always
It took
defends it.
35 races for Jake to admit it.
No, I was just kidding.
No,
I'll tell
it's
you
been a
what.
good race.
I'll tell
I'm
you
just
what.
being arrogant.
This was my first full NASCAR
Thank
season.
God we don't have to hear this anymore.
And it's over. That's right. This race ends my full NASCAR, my first
I'm gonna
full
be-
NASCAR
I'm gonna be
season.
totally honest. If you picked Blaney, I think you would have won on points. It's that close.
You might have.
had some solid freaking
Whatever,
points,
Matt.
bro.
We're done talking about
But
you winning
listen,
the championship. Whatever.
You see what's on the shirt. You see what's on the hat.
Listen,
Okay,
So,
I'm
let me-
going for Byron.
Let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on? Because like this always hits me and Matt, and then now DJ. I know you're as deep as we are now. But how does it feel knowing that there's really no more NASCAR racing for the next
Till February,
3.5
bro.
months?
Mid-February.
Well, I literally told you earlier, what the heck am I going to do for the next 3 months?
Sunday afternoons are just different. bro.
There-
After Sunday is like,
You
there's
kinda-
I'm not gonna lie. There's
What
like
do I do?
part of me that's like, oh, okay, we don't have to do the podcast. Like we're
Right,
getting a
you
little
get-
bit of
you
a
get the
break.
break.
Yeah,
Little bit
and
of a
then,
break.
but I feel like after like 3 weeks, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right, I don't know what to do now. We're gonna turn into Ricky Bobby. I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Yeah. I feel like for like our Christmas, like, mid off season episode, well, maybe we'll do like one after the Chili Bowl, maybe or something.
Something, yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
We're not
But,
sure,
This is the last podcast probably of this year, so
or close to it at least. So yeah.
cheers.
cheers to that.
So
DJ 38 straight.
we made it. Let's go.
I was close.
Well,
Close.
I'm
I was
part-time.
close.
yeah.
You were here, but not.
Oh, we're supposed to look at something.
Sorry.
Do we want to go ahead and do our tribute to Kevin Harvick?
Yeah.
Oh
let's do
Matt,
that.
I don't know where the flag is. I looked. I don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have
my
so
The big news is
the one honestly more important than the championship
who
being
cares?
won.
Blaney won the championship. Nobody gives a crap.
Ross Chastain won the race.
Oh, boy!
Yeah.
A man made out of melon.
So in honor of someone passing the torch to the Melon Man and someone basically leaving the sport, we have Busch Beer. Oh, great.
Good luck.
Hey,
You had all year to practice.
I didn't
Dude,
know this was
hey.
happening.
You
real
should
quick,
have.
in all seriousness,
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick, 22 years. He's the freaking. Well, I guess 22, right? Almost 22.
Don't
Yeah.
give me numbers.
He's the freaking man. Congratulations to a great champion or to a
Congrats,
great
man.
season, great
Yeah.
year,
Salud.
great series. The man.
To you.
I'm not gonna chug it.
I'm not gonna either.
So-
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
yeah, hey.
sorry, Kevin. I don't like beer. Ugh.
To Ross and to
Oh, I'll drink
To
that too.
Ross! And everything moving forward. All
Nice.
the
That
melons
was
that
hilarious.
smashed and all the
So I was
bushes
telling
to
you
be
guys
drank.
I was telling you guys about that, how they did that tribute, and literally the last one of the drivers to say something out of all the drivers was Ross Chastain, and literally he's like holding up a beer like to whatever comes next, and I was just like I'm sitting there thinking I'm like someone in their marketing department knew exactly what that line was.
Can we just take a minute and talk about Ross Chastain real quick?
Dude.
And how he put on a showstopper today.
Nah, he did his
He
thing
did.
today,
This
bro.
second
man,
and third stage.
He showed up at Nashville and said, I gotta win. And then he went back. Fell apart, fell asleep, whatever you want to call
I
it.
wouldn't say fell apart. It just
sat
like they
back.
found some speed
Didn't
and
make
just didn't.
Did not make
You know the
enemies.
problem is Nashville races just like Phoenix.
It's the exact same racetrack.
And you know what?
basically.
It's very close to
It's a different
Pocono.
city.
If you look at Pocono, it's close too.
It's very
You're
similar.
so dumb.
but
My thing is like, where was he the rest of the season? All right, next question.
Blaney's got 3 wins and he won the championship. All right. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Ross Chastain won at Phoenix. And
That's pretty awesome.
he almost dominated this race. Like if he had track position, and he almost dominated.
You can't
it.
throw that word around, bro.
Oh, I can throw it around.
You can't throw it around, bro.
Yeah, I got.
You
it.
know who dominated the first
Chevy.
stage?
Hey, how about this? How about Chevy dominated this race?
Very different.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that to be.
Yeah,
honest.
that
Yes.
yeah.
But
Did,
Ross
did another
Chastain-
manufacturer even lead another lap?
Kevin Harvick for one
Kevin
lap
Harvick
or
ran-
2
Oh,
laps or
Kev-
whatever.
Kevin
Blaney
Harvick did
took the
run
lead
some
for a
laps.
few
Yep.
laps.
Did Blaney lead?
Like 2
Blaney
laps.
did for a couple. Yeah,
That was it. Like
I
2
don't
laps.
remember that.
It was it.
You're making
it was.
I
he-
do what I want.
Honestly, no. I think
I
it was
got,
like
I got the win.
I think it was-
I think that's the Bush cloud in your vision.
yeah, that's it.
Busher barely knew her.
If anybody should have got the Bush sponsorship.
Listen,
It should have been
me.
Ford came out on top.
I've always said it should be.
Kudos
Kyle
to Ford.
That's
But
2
you know
years
what?
in a row.
It's Chevy.
So real
It's
talk.
Chevy, baby.
It went Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson,
Mhm.
then it went Joey Logano,
Logano, now Blaney.
Ryan Blaney. So who knows? Could be Toyota next year or could mix it up.
Yeah, and Denny Hamlin
I
might,
don't
might get
see
it.
Austin Cindric winning a championship. I just that ship
Absolutely
has sailed.
not.
I think he's done. He
We
needs
should
to
just get rid of this dike.
Hey, that's his Kozlowski on the
Hey,
back.
for
Leave
a
it
fun
alone.
fact,
Oh,
I think
that's right.
I would never buy
Oh.
a chest or a
Chevy won the
Cindric.
manufacturers championship, but I think they might have won all 3 this year.
Dang.
Oh, really? Trucks, Xfinity. How does a
I'm looking
because
it up now.
Ford won the Truck Series,
Yep.
the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. How do you win all 3 final races?
It's
and
based
not
off of how
win?
many races over the course of the whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the mathematics, but it's
It's
just
because
wrong.
they're
Just
coming
don't
out with
tell
the-
Matt
Why even
numbers.
show up?
Apparently not.
Why even show up?
It's because they're coming out.
Why
with
even
the-
show up what?
They're coming
Why
out
should
with the
any
new,
other manufacturer show up if they're going to lose the manufacturer win?
They're coming out with the
Are
new
you
body
are
next
you
year.
just
That's
that
why.
dumb?
Oh my God, Jacob! Like you need to take.
Are
it
we
into
really having
context.
this conversation?
Drink some more.
There's
Bush.
there's 2-3 things to win for. Oh well, Chevy won the least most important, so let's just pack our stuff up and go home.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But they won the most races in the
Yep.
whole year.
You basically got a participation award.
Whatever.
Congratulations. You showed up.
You do know he's trying to be toxic, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Okay.
I
super
love it.
toxic because his driver won. Whatever, dude.
Oh, just wait.
You got a
Y'all
good
don't even
pick.
know.
Whatever.
You could have copied me, bro. That's
It's
all I'm
all right.
saying.
He's still trash, and
I
he's
try
still,
to help you.
Blaney
He's-
got lucky. Just let it go, man.
Yeah.
Luck.
All right. Well, now that we've had some fun with all of
Didn't
this,
you almost pick Bell, who finished 36th?
That was a fake.
That
pick.
was fake.
no,
You,
were on
I
the
will
line.
say,
Nah.
Don't
I will
even
say,
lie.
To
Nah.
confirm, Chevy did in fact win the Truck Series championship. They had 14 wins. Ford had 6. Toyota had 3. That's shocking.
dang.
Honestly, yeah.
That doesn't
They
feel like
won
that.
the Xfinity Series
They have the
championship.
most
They had
cars.
17 wins. Toyota had 11. Ford had 5. Scrubs.
Jeez.
They have the most
Cup
cars.
Series, they had 17 wins. Toyota had 10. Ford had 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, sure.
Ford
it's
is
true.
at the bottom of the
We're
barrel.
talking about manufacturer. Sure. Ford won the driver and probably the owner's
Well,
championship.
I'm just gonna say it's probably
But,
because of
hey.
the Project 56, or whatever it is, of the Le Mans car, because Chevy got a lot of extra help there.
Chevy has so much
You
money
think so?
into this
No.
sport.
No.
I'm totally joking,
That car is completely
but that's
different.
I have heard a lot of people say that.
No way.
Yeah, they're
That
like,
car is so different. There's
Nah.
no way you can. I mean, maybe
Maybe.
some tire pressure stuff. Maybe best case,
But it's
the
a totally-
downforce is completely
totally different style of racing, totally different style of downforce package.
Everything.
Like, yeah, it'd be really hard. It's even got different
After
gearbox.
The limited, I mean, super limited knowledge that me and Matt have from being in a race shop and seeing what we see. There's not a lot that the next gen, car from Le Mans is going to give the regular car.
Oh, on a side note,
Maybe some tire pressure stuff. That's all I'm going to give you.
when it went around, what track was it? They just ran it around Charlotte.
Le
Mans. The Roval?
Oh, sorry. No.
Yes, that one. Thank you, Jake. No, but remember they ran it, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what its time is. I wonder how much faster it is in the Cup car." I went back and watched the replay and actually timed it from some different timing lines that were on the track. It's the same as the Cup car. However, they weren't running that thing at full. They're doing a demo
Oh,
lap.
of course not.
So
You're not going to put that car
I'll be
in
willing
any
to bet
danger.
that thing would get probably another second,
Yeah,
probably a second or two.
Has
Oh, yeah,
has there been any word about it running in the Rolex?
No.
No word. Okay.
No.
Nah,
we
I just-
would have
I-
heard something by now.
I didn't
I
know.
wish it would.
I might have missed the information.
We're about
I don't
what?
know.
3 months,
2 months.
2 months.
We're
2 months?
we're early November.
Mid-January?
Rolex,
Yeah.
before the Rolex is early January. I'm sure we would have heard something by now.
We
Which
heard
is
about-
such a bummer because I would love to
It'll
see that
probably
car.
show up as like a show car.
Oh yeah, I'm
I imagine
sure.
it'll be a show car.
Well,
They
it
might
was-
do some demo
Why
labs or
not?
something.
Well, they did.
What's the reason? Why not? If you're gonna run Le Mans,
Make
why
it-
not
I think
run the
Le
Rolex?
Mans, the Project 56 is a Le Mans special category. I
It
don't know
is.
that it's a IMSA
Oh,
special
okay.
category.
Yeah,
I think it's a Le
Oh,
Mans.
I didn't
thing.
think about it being.
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I mean, I would
I'm
love
still
for them
I'm
to
still ready for there to be a NASCAR specific
or
category.
a stock car,
NASCAR.
category. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, it'd be NASCAR.
I'll tell you what. Next season, Ford better come with it. But then that new body.
that new
Ooh,
Mustang.
that dark
It
horse.
does
Y'all
look
like
good.
it?
I like
love it.
I like
I'm not gonna lie. I like it a lot.
I love the fenders, but I'm not crazy about the bumper.
I'm gonna be honest.
So about
And
it.
I'll
you
tell
wanna
you
know
what-
why.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
You want me to go?
yeah,
ahead,
you
go
go
ahead.
first.
I'll make mine quick. It's different. I think it looks great because it's different. It's not just a front end. It's front end. It's fenders. It's rear end. It's
The rear
tail-
end
how
looks
the
the same.
No,
Nate,
the
go
tail
ahead.
lights and everything
agree.
looks different.
Nate,
I
go
think
ahead.
it looks good.
Nate, go ahead.
I feel like it looks like it would have better downforce than the other cars because of its design. If you look at it,
In case you didn't know, Nate went to Embry-Riddle.
whatever, bro.
He is a rocket scientist.
Listen, no. Listen, I've been looking at the cars, and like it looks like
It looks better.
It looks better.
It does.
Yes.
Now
Like,
you know,
it looks
you know,
like it's
you know, if
gonna
they
be
pull
better.
up. You know, if they pull up in our trash next year, you're gonna look like a moron. But
It's-
okay,
Whatever, bro.
No, it's straight up. It's gonna take them 6 months to figure out, in that last 3 months run, fire. It's gonna be solid.
I'll be
Because they
honest,
have to figure
it'll
out
look
the aero
different.
difference.
It'll also
on
look different
track.
once you have some, like paint schemes on it too.
Yes.
I think
I
once you see
can't-
some actual paint schemes, it might change it.
I can't
Oh
wait
my
for
God,
Chevy
can
to
you
come out with
imagine?
their new body.
Can you imagine that
no.
dark Castrol edge that RFK has on that Dark Horse edition? Dude, it's
So
gonna look so
here's my complaint about
good.
this
It looks
car.
good when
I
it's in
don't
the
like
back.
the front end.
It's gonna be so good.
I love the fenders back. Car looks great, but the front end, like the front bumper, looks just look weird. Like there's so much
But
happening.
it looks like a new Mustang.
But you're gonna have you have so much manufacturer stuff. You're not gonna have any like color representation from your sponsor.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of last year when the new car was revealed, and every car had very specific cutaways on the front end. The Fords, the Chevys, and the Toyotas were so different and so distinct. You remember it. Watching the Chevys last year, and the Chevys were very, I want to say, disadvantaged. They had a lot of trouble in the beginning of the year. And then they figured it out. And then this year, we went to the 500, and we said, look at the front end of those Chevys.
They rounded them out.
They're very rounded out. So I appreciate Ford taking the step and making it more edgy again. I like it. I think it looks good. I like the edge, the curves, the dips, the point outs, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks really good. I'm really excited to see it on the track.
I'm not a fan.
You know what I'm not a fan about? All these race shops have to figure it out within the next 2 months to figure it out for the Clash. I think that's
they
going
all
to be
know
really
it. They all
rough.
know it's coming.
Yeah,
They had
but
to.
I think
That's going to be rough.
they wouldn't be implementing this unless all the 4 teams had run it and thought it was going to be a decent performance advantage.
I guess
Not advantage, but an increase.
a
It's gonna be
reason. A
above.
reason to change it.
They've won
Yes.
2 championships
I
in a
agree
row.
100%.
Why do
Right.
they need to increase anything?
But they've lost manufacturers championship across the board this year.
That's garbage. Nobody follows that.
Okay,
Okay.
let's move on. There wasn't anything else that really happened in the. Well, I guess we could talk about Christopher Bell. Had
yeah.
a brake rotor
Blew a
failure.
brake rotor. Crazy.
Blue, I mean, that's just typical Toyota, though.
You said it best. You said that
Yeah.
during the race.
Typical
That
Toyota
is literally
during the playoffs.
the only way to describe it.
Either push something too hard or cheaped out on a part. I
Yep.
don't know what it is. I'm not a part of the team. I have no clue. But something happened that was out of the driver's control, and it ruined their day. I mean, honestly, I'm glad Denny Hamlin didn't make it all the way because, like, he would have just blew a brake rotor and cried on it on TV. I don't know what to tell you. At least
tell-
Christopher Bell was like, yeah, it happened. All right, move forward.
I'll
Least a
tell you what.
fourth.
How many championships? How many Final Fours has he made it to?
Denny Hamlin or who?
Christopher Bell.
3.
I think 3. This is his 3rd.
He's got to step up, bro.
Bro, how
His-
can you blame
his-
this on him?
No, 100%.
He's a scrub, bro. He used too much brake.
No, and when
Okay.
I'm talking about him, I'm talking about his team as well. Because you know what, your team is an extension of you.
So if you
I
remember,
agree.
a couple weeks, but
But it wasn't his pit crew. You can't
I
blame
was
his
say,
pit crew for this.
Nate, if you were here, we were
Whoever.
talking about Joe Gibbs. I think has got a problem with their crew.
They have something about
Something
in the playoffs. They have major engine bugs.
No,
just-
no,
malfunction,
it's not
whatever
true.
you want to call
They just like being
do.
choked.
it. Martinville Glizzy is showing up again. I don't know.
They just like to choke, bro. Like I don't know what to say.
I don't know. So you had what? You had Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex. They choked out. They glizzied out at Martinsville. And then you had Christopher Bell glizzy out, finished 36th this race. Like, I can't argue.
Glizzy, bro.
A glizzy is a
Glizzy
common
out.
term known for a hot dog. Therefore, he
I like
choked.
the glizzy out.
He glizzied out, bro.
Glizzed out.
Oh my god! Just
Glized
stop!
out.
Just stop!
There's nothing bad about the word. You guys are just making it like toxic. I don't know.
No,
what to tell you.
listen.
I'm just imagining Jeff trying to eat that hot dog.
Oh my god! Poor Jeff is listening to this in his car, and he's like, "Man, I'm not even on the podcast, and I'm getting
can't tell you,
roasted."
I think there's one thing Jeff ever regrets, and it's eating that.
That hot dog.
No. Eating a hot dog on video.
Yeah, that's
He
real.
went full send and just ate that thing. But
That's real.
It
But
is what
anyways.
it is.
About Christopher Bell, man, I feel like he raced really good.
He was
this year.
struggling all day, though.
He was struggling all day, but he did well this season, man.
Oh yeah,
And I feel like he's definitely gonna be a top contender next year.
Christopher Bell's
100%.
going to be around for a long time.
you know what's
That's
interesting
what
is
I'm saying.
Kyle
A
Larson.
top contender.
I feel like he just like this
I can
year.
tell it's your
he
first
made
season.
it to no. Listen, he made it to
Hey.
the Final Four.
Last
on
year
the real.
and this year.
That's
on the
a
re-
top contender.
On the real, you know who I was saying he's probably one of the best drivers in the field, or saying he's one of the best? Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
That's
Kyle
true.
Larson
That's
was
true.
like, he's one of the best drivers out there.
See,
If
when
Kyle Larson is
when
saying
Kyle
that,
Larson says it, just has a different ring. Than when
Sorry,
you say
Nate.
it.
Oh, whatever, dude. I'm nobody, bro.
yes, we. Never mind.
No, you're just
I'm
you're
sorry.
just a Byron fan.
We're too
I
toxic. We're too toxic with each other.
I just feel like he raced really well this year.
He did.
And he made it to the Final Four. That's impressive in and of itself, right?
He made it farther than Denny Hamlin.
He made it farther than Hamlin, right? Hamlin and the has-been, right? Like I called him in the
Hamlin
beginning of the year.
And the best thing was at the pool bar when we pulled up to Daytona. They had the freaking Denny Hamlin cut. I was like, Dickie has been.
Oh gosh, that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna.
He had a Martinville's glizzy right on his face.
I'm not gonna lie. Before we move on to our next section, I just realized I haven't been keeping up with the.
The
Chat.
chat,
With the track.
I figured everyone's been-
Hashtag shout out to the pool bar.
Yeah.
God. Dude, that was
Let's
funny.
see. Kuzman would have been better if he still had the mullet. Kuzman was saying it sounds like
Who
I
had
need to
the
take a
mullet
few
before?
shots to catch up. Yes, probably, but somebody
Oh,
has to
jeez.
keep these yahoos recorded.
Yeah.
So, Gustavo, world for Blaney. Hashtag
Yes,
Oh
Goose.
my God.
Mark said, "What's up?" He said, "Chug, chug, chug."
Okay.
Put your
Mark.
little flag down.
He's in a-
Gustavo, Bush,
wanna hold my
and
flag?
watermelons.
Want to touch it?
Let's see. Can they? Let's see. Mark was asking, can they run the Project 56 at Daytona? We kind of
Man,
already talked
I
about
wish,
that.
man. I
It would
wish they
be the
would.
coolest thing ever. I'm
It
not
would
gonna
be
lie.
sick. It would be straight up.
We are working on.
be
I
wild.
guess we can kind of talk about it. So
Yeah.
2 things for next year. Well, I guess we have 4 things in the book for sure. We're going to Daytona,
Yep.
February and summer. That's a lock. That's
Yep.
already in.
Those two non-negotiables.
We are working on camping for the Rolex, at least the World Before the 24
Yes.
weekend. We're working on trying to get camping for the entire Rolex. We'll see how that goes. We are also confirmed, have plans, me and Matt, going to the Indy 500 for
Yes,
next
sir.
year. That's going to be cool.
We're going to see Kyle Larson try to run it. We'll see how well that works, and then he's going to fly away, do the Coke 600,
Leave us behind.
and we will probably be in a bar somewhere watching the race.
Yo,
So
shout out.
that
If-
race on, what is it, Memorial Day?
Yes,
Yes.
Memorial Day.
That will be a late podcast.
The yeah, that'll be on a Monday.
That will be
Very
on Monday,
late.
because we will be
Uh,
flying home.
Well, I mean, it was late this year because we got the Coke 600 got rained out.
Yeah.
I might be added into those plans, but
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it works.
We'll see how it
Yep.
shakes out.
So,
but yeah.
all right, so let's move on to our next thing. Let's talk about the lovely truck series that we have.
The clown show.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. It's
You know
a
that-
very love-hate
Matt
relationship.
Matt was like, this race is one of the most boring races I've ever seen.
Are you kidding me?
And-
No.
no, it's what you were saying until the end. And then
It was like
full
a same
chaos.
thing. It was like the last stage was just utter nonsense. And I'm like,
Matt looks at me literally in the first 2 days, like, bro, this race sucks.
they ain't doing
I'm like,
nothing.
you're not wrong.
I
but
was like, welcome to Phoenix. This is what we get for a championship race. And then, boom. Third stage, wild. Just
that was
boom,
crazy,
boom.
man.
Caution,
What the
wrecks,
heck?
freaking people running each other over. It was like, okay, yeah, hey, this is the truck series. This makes sense.
I mean, whether we went to 4
ARCA
overtimes?
2.0. I don't know, but there was
4
like
overtimes.
26 laps.
4. Yeah, oh my
There was
God.
26 laps of overtime racing.
It's just like,
Could you imagine if that was like a Daytona? 26 extra laps.
I've seen it.
26?
Something like that.
Oh my gosh! Like they'd have to
So
pay for gas.
it's just like, yeah, literally. No, to me, it's just like at some point in time, you got to realize like if you're mid pack and you're not in the championship, like just finish the race, pack your stuff up, and go home, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Why are you just
You're gonna wreck
desperately
a guy
fighting
for
13th or 15th? Exactly.
Just finish the race, pack your freaking stuff up, and go home.
And then Zane Smith
Call it a season.
decided, oh, I'm just not going to shift. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
tries
that
to
was
ruin Brandon Rhodes' day, which I was rooting for Brandon Rhodes. I
Hashtag
picked
best
him.
championship of the weekend so far.
I knew he was going to be the best. After his 2021 win, I was like, this guy, if he wins this race, he's in the Final Four, he's going to win this race. I picked him.
Did you see him chugging the bottle of champagne?
Yeah,
Out of the
it was-
shoe.
I think everyone did.
I didn't see it out of the
No.
shoe, but just
Oh no,
he
he
was like a
drank-
video of him like chugging half a bottle of champagne, and the whole crowd's like chug, 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 chug. I was like,
My-
jeez Louise.
no
My
he,
favorite
he
part
was
was
pouring
that,
it into the shoe and giving it to like a teammate.
Yeah.
The team members.
He was
My
giving
favorite-
it to his crew chief and his PR person, and they drank it out of his shoe.
Ben
I
Rhodes-
don't care
Ben
how
Rhodes.
much money you pay
That's
me.
a lot of sweat.
I'm not
That's a
drinking.
sweaty
I
shoe.
would. I would. You
You're
go the
kidding
whole
me?
year, you just win the championship.
Just
Yeah,
pass me the bottle.
I'm not
bro.
gonna lie, I probably would too.
I would.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
y'all some sweaty feet people. I don't know
Man,
what
you've
to
been
tell
through
you.
way worse than drinking out of a shoe.
I have not. No.
Oh my god.
My
No.
favorite
I
part
have
was-
not. I have done nothing worse than drinking out of a shoe.
Hey, you know what? Daytona's coming up. I'll give you my shoe.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go.
My favorite part was the obnoxious,
I got Crocs on right now.
the
They wouldn't
large
work.
obnoxious chain.
Don't forget. Hey,
Right.
don't forget Chili Bowl in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So I don't know. There was all kinds of drivers. You had Denny Hamlin. You had Reddick. Several of the drivers were going on Twitter and saying this is a disgrace.
I heard
this
like
is
the
awful.
drivers, the Cup Series drivers were like
They-
blowing up.
they
Twitter.
were-
I
they
didn't see
were.
any of
I
it.
get it. I mean, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
It was embarrassing.
It
Yeah.
was. Yeah. We were at a point. It was like 1:10 in the morning, and we're like, "Why is this race?" Still
Me and Matt
going?
were like, we have to get up at 5:30 for work.
Like,
We're
I am
"Ugh."
so happy this is ending on a Friday.
Ryan
but
has a conspiracy for us.
please End this race.
Ryan has a conspiracy. He said Zane was told by Ford to slow down end finger on the restart to help Rhodes. Maybe.
He
Hey,
just
maybe.
effed up Rhodes's.
And then Mark also said that he's going to create shoe shots
Matt,
at the pool bar.
I mean, Mark, stop. Mark, stop.
Please,
No,
shoe
sir.
shot,
The shoe shot.
leather.
I'll be
whiskey.
packing my stuff up and going to Red 38 if you introduce a shoe shot.
Do it.
No.
You just save it for DJ.
Do it. I'd do it.
I know you would.
You into the foot shot?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just call it the toe glizzy.
It's got
All right.
little pigs in a blanket in the cup.
Stop.
The shoe shot.
Just stop. All right.
What are we doing?
So anyway, so I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of hoping Hocevar would actually like have a good race. I was kind of pulling for him a little bit, but I mean, obviously,
I'm okay talking about this because Hocevar straight up wrecked the 11 and then
Yeah.
realized, oh, I have an in-car camera. It was like, oh, I'm so stupid. I just wrecked this guy. Oh, man, what's wrong with me? It looked so fake that he
I don't
was like
think so.
apologetic about
So
it.
me and you feel
He was
I'm on the
straight up-
opposite spectrum.
Jake,
I don't feel like it was fake.
He was straight up driving the car, and then it cut to his in-car camera, and I swear someone said, hey, the camera's on you, and he was like smacking his head like, oh, I am so dumb. I can't believe I did this. Oh, bro, it looks so bad.
Wouldn't that be on Radioactive?
Man, I don't know. Here's the thing.
If
like,
he didn't say anything, no.
here's the
I
thing.
think it looks so
The
fake.
only thing that
I
gives
think he
me
wrecked
any
them
kind
and was
of-
like, oh, wait, people are watching me.
The only thing that gives me kind of any validation of what you're saying is because he's known, especially even last week in Martinsville, he's known to right hook people.
He's a Chastain, bro.
He will. No.
He was trained by the best.
He's worse than Chastain because he intentionally right hooks people into the fence
He was trained by the best.
multiple times. So like that gives me like maybe the benefit of the doubt that he doesn't feel that bad about wrecking somebody. But I do feel like in that moment, knowing he's moving on, I feel like he is mature enough to know that that was a huge mistake. And like, I mean, again, the only thing that I can even, relate to at all is like on iRacing and you accidentally wreck somebody. DJ, you might know, like
All
you
the time.
feel terrible.
yeah. Especially
Like,
when they
you feel
start
terrible, and that
screaming and
has-
cursing at you.
That has
But yes.
nothing to do with any kind of champion implications or whatever. But when you accidentally overdrive and you wreck somebody, like that sucks, man.
Yeah.
And that's a virtual.
Especially 'cause-
that's not real life.
Especially if like
So
like
like that's where it gives me like he might be real. He
I
might be
think-
being for real.
I think he was. He seems like I don't think he's especially in that case. I don't
He-
think he was maliciously trying to run him over.
Unless he's like getting wrecked or getting beat up, he
Okay.
doesn't strike me as the malicious type.
No, he doesn't.
But he
strike me
does
as-
snap 0 to 100
Yeah.
when that happens.
Well,
But-
and I will say that I think pretty sure that after he was wrecked by Heim, I'm pretty sure that you could hear him on the radio. He was like, "Yeah, I kind of expected that. Like that's fair." Like he actually like it was like he knew it was coming. Like he knew, okay, well, he's gonna come back to me. He's gonna dump me. So like I get it, but yeah, I'm with you, Jake. I don't think he did it intentionally. I don't think it was.
I don't
him
think
trying.
so. I don't think so.
I do think he was actually remorseful about it.
When
Maybe
it's
he was
intentional-
remorseful,
when
thinking that it was like, well,
when it's
there
in-
goes my chance.
when it's intentional, you're right hooked into the fence. That's how you know.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
I think he got
They didn't
really
watch.
good at
He has no
wrecking
input.
people, and it was absolute bullcrap. Listen,
This is why you can't be in me and Matt's fantasy.
I
league.
was rooting for Ben Rhodes, right?
I was too.
I
Just
picked
purely
him
for the interviews.
Purely
post-race.
for the after race interview, which he did not disappoint. It was great. It was just as good as a follow up to his first win. The only thing that I think shocked me about it was him saying, "I'm very complacent being in the truck series. I like the 32-week schedule. I like the off time. I think it works well with my schedule, and I'm just kind of disappointed he's not moving forward." Why would NASCAR choose someone like Zane Smith, which I root for Zane Smith a lot, but why would they choose Zane Smith?
I mean, you're saying NASCAR.
Over.
You're saying NASCAR.
Okay, other teams. Let's just throw it on other teams. Why would like someone like RFK say, "Hey, Ben Rhodes, you are really good in the truck series. You just won last night. Can you come do a qualifying lap in my cup car?" Why not? It makes very little sense besides him not having experience in a next gen car.
I think it does.
That's it.
I think
If-
that does play a little bit into it, though.
If we are saying that the truck series is more aligned with the cup series at the moment, why would we choose someone like Cole Custer, who did win the race, to run the 6 car for qualifying over someone like Ben Rhodes? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't think you guys have a real strong answer. I just think Ben Rhodes likes the truck series. I think he might be like the next Matt Crafton, who just runs the truck series and loves it. It just
Yeah,
likes the 32-week
maybe.
schedule.
I give you that. He kind of gives me that vibe.
He's a 2-year.
But I mean, but if he has an opportunity to go to like a Junior Motorsports, a Joe Gibbs Racing,
I don't think he'll take it.
I see him taking it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Why wouldn't
Really?
you?
Why wouldn't you?
He
He's
likes
2-time
the
Truck Series
schedule.
champion. Why wouldn't you take him?
How many times do you see these people bitching about the schedule? All the time. We race
true.
too much. We need more weeks
Yeah,
off.
but
This
if you're running
unrealistic.
trucks, if you're a truck champion, like let's
He's
say Ben
making
Rubbs, I bet
plenty of
you
money.
he's probably. I honestly, from what I've heard, he's probably making 100, 150 a year.
That's all he needs. He's a
I
simple
mean, that's
man.
not retirement
He's got
money.
his own Kubota tractor.
Yeah, but that's
He's
not
probably got
okay.
his own
Matt,
Ford
here's my
Mustang
question:
and
Are you
F-150.
gonna get into Daytona Talladega and run for 100,000 a year?
100%.
No,
That is
no
way more
freaking
than
way.
I'm
I
making
would
right
not.
now.
I would
That's
not.
way more than I'm making right
I was
now.
gonna say, I
Okay,
would.
until you're Maya Snyder and you're upside down in the fence backwards in a life-threatening wreck.
It's because he knew the schedule. We already admitted that. He knew the schedule.
No, but what I'm saying is you have
Stop.
three super speedway races in trucks.
I'm just saying I think he's
No,
complacent.
what job
I
is
want
worth
him.
risking your life for $100,000 a year?
It's not. Why not just stay in your role?
What are you saying?
When was the
yeah.
last time you saw a truck flip? It's been a while.
Not that long since
What,
Matt
Bell?
Crafton flipped on the backstretch like
The
3
last
years
one I remember
ago.
was Bell.
No, Matt Crafton flipped like 3 years ago.
It's Crafton, man. He's a hack anyways.
Oh my god!
All right.
I don't know.
He flipped you off
I
at
think
Daytona.
all
I
all
don't know
the
why you still
series
like this
are
guy.
underpaid. We should just say that. Like I don't.
Oh
Well,
yeah, these
yes.
guys need to be making
100%.
buku more money.
Yes.
I mean, if you're gonna
completely
go out
agree.
there like after
You
the
know
Maya
what?
Snyder wreck,
You know who needs
after
to
the
pay
Mac,
them?
Well, you're look at
The manufacturers.
look at
I
Kyle
don't
Larson.
think this should be on. I'm sorry. I don't think this should be on the sponsors or the teams. I think the manufacturers need to bring more money to the table and say, you're going to run a Ford. You're going to love Ford. You're going to say everything's positive about Ford or Chevy or Toyota,
Whoever.
whatever it is, and pay them the money they deserve.
They're a brand ambassador.
There
Yeah,
are
good.
brand
Put
ambassadors.
them in commercials. Get your money's
Especially
worth.
someone like Brandon Rhodes. I don't know. Ben
Ben
Rhodes. Ben Rhodes. This guy has promoted probably more Ford trucks than anyone in the last 3 years. He's won 2 championships. He's hysterical in his
What
interviews.
other Ford driver do you know is like winning a race and getting drunk after?
Nobody.
Relatable. To
You
the
said
Ford
is the
people.
your first
American
qualifier was other driver Ford, and I was like Haley Deegan, and then it was like won a
Okay.
race, getting drunk. I'm like, yep, no.
This is the guy to promote your stuff. This
Yep.
man should be paying at least mid-tier Xfinity.
Yeah,
level
if you
money.
look at Kyle Larson now, I don't know what his contract numbers were, but you look at someone like Kyle Larson, who is arguably and been voted by other drivers as the best driver in the world. He doesn't make enough money. If you're going to call him the best driver in the world, NASCAR, where his full-time job is, he doesn't get paid enough for what he does.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think a lot of them do. Someone
No.
like Denny Hamlin. This man has created a podcast this year. Granted, it's ran by Dirty Mode Media. He has brought more attention to himself, Joe Gibbs Racing, 2311, and
Toyota.
even his photographer more times this year than anyone else. They need to be paid like LeBron James level money.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
What the hell does that mean if you're not winning races?
Denny Hamlin has like 6 wins this year.
Not that many. Close, but no.
5.
Heck no, bro.
5.
Four.
4. Is that up?
3,
I
2.
don't know, something like that.
Denny
Byron,
Hamlin.
that's the
Every single person talks about Denny Hamlin. Am I right or wrong? You talk about him, right?
Even the people that hate
I
him.
will
Jake,
say,
you talk
call
about
him
him.
a
I will
has-been.
say his
That-
podcast.
you talk about him, right? Any publicity
He's a has-been.
is good publicity.
A lot of people
I
hate
will-
If you don't
LeBron
even make it
James.
to the
Toyota.
final
If you're
four.
running for Toyota, you should get more money. That's all I'm saying.
His podcast has kind of changed the landscape in a lot of ways. I was never, admittedly, a Denny Hamlin fan, ever,
Nope.
ever.
Nope.
But his podcast, I love Denny Hamlin, the podcast driver owner. Still not crazy about Denny Hamlin, the driver, but Denny Hamlin, the podcast analyst / driver / owner, phenomenal. And it's kind of changing the landscape and the perception. Here's the biggest thing. I know what you're talking about, like they should be paying like LeBron James and whatever. The way NASCAR fans consume racing and consume media is completely different than any other sport in the whole world. Like, what other sport like broadcast practice? Tell me any sport that broadcasts
Define practice.
Barely
Practice.
NASCAR.
Warm-ups, practice. NFL?
You could say NBA does have summer
Not
league.
really. No, NFL.
No,
does
no.
not.
I'm talking about like not like the weekly practice routine.
No.
Nobody.
Anybody?
No. Maybe
Football?
hockey. Maybe.
Yeah.
Nope.
And NFL does.
No.
Weekly?
Not really. So
I'm not talking about spring. I'm talking about like
So
I'm talking about like weekly
I think
before the game warm-ups at the at your home
so.
stadium.
I think Prime Video has a
MLB,
very good.
MLB does.
Do they?
Yes, they
What are you
do.
talking about?
They do batting practice before the game. They,
Okay.
They,
So maybe one other
But
sport.
still-
Prime Video. Hey,
Hold on.
real
But
talk. Thursday
baseball
night
is boring
football.
compared to NASCAR.
whatever.
Hold on. I'm not digging
I-
in.
Real talk.
will.
But I'm just
Thursday
saying-
night
I'm just-
football.
I'm just-
Prime
I'm just-
is
Hold on,
very
wait.
good.
Time out. Listen to what I'm saying. There's no other sport that goes in this hard on the fan base with all the technical.
You have to.
I don't think you have to. It's just something that, like, when you're a fan of racing,
There's a lot of
it's something that comes out of you. It's not even a fan of F1 or Indy. F1 and Indy fans don't go in this deep. It's something about NASCAR that makes you dig into a different level.
There's a lot more moving parts.
That's true.
There's a lot more moving parts in NASCAR than any other sport.
If someone
That
writes
I'll
in
give you.
practice, that moves to qualify.
In your championship week this
And
week, how many other
possibly
people
the
are in the
race and the
championship
race,
weekend?
Yes.
32 other guys along the 4 champions. It's just different. But I do say,
Let's round it back
It
to
comes
Ben
down
Rhodes.
to one guy.
Let's bring it back to Ben Rhodes.
Hold,
Let's back
and
to
hold
Ben
on. Forget Ben Rhodes. I
No,
gotta shout
bro,
out
it's
my
his
nephew.
segment.
I gotta shout out my nephew, Elliot. Okay, because his drive, he predicted Blaney was gonna win,
Blaney.
and you know what? He's watching right now. Shout out to Elliot.
He is?
Oh,
His
what's
driver,
up, Elliot?
His
Elliot did
driver
good.
won the championship race.
It's not
That's
because
true.
of me. It's
Blaney
all
won.
because of Megan.
Good job, Elliot.
Megan
Shout
over
out to
here
you.
That's true.
being
Well,
the
I think
moms for Blaney
I do think
fan.
part of it too is that Chase Elliott and Blaney are friends, and I think that was
yeah.
part of the
that's literally what he
connection.
said. He was a Chase Elliott fan. He's like, well, you can't be a Chase Elliott fan and not be a Blaney fan because they're best friends.
I'm like, that's not how racing works, buddy.
I mean, if you're a kid,
Maybe.
I mean, this goes back to the biggest thing. Like, I feel like NASCAR has tried to be like mainstream media, and NASCAR fans are not mainstream media
They're
sports
not.
fans.
No.
It's a different fan base. Like, I've known you for a long time now, Nate. You've never struck me as like, like an NFL, MLB, hockey. Like, there's never been like that one sport that I hear that you're like crazy about.
Yeah.
But I got you into NASCAR, and you are head first. It's
Literally.
something different about NASCAR racing
100%.
that makes you go head first.
It's just
something about
toxic.
the way.
No, that's
No,
just
but-
that's
hold
just
on,
our
wait.
group.
Like
It's
that.
something about the access to everything, the knowledge of everything. Everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
They
Like,
know what they're
even-
running.
Me and Matt have worked on a race team, and we don't have any insider knowledge because everybody knows everything that's going on.
I
There's
straight
no
up-
It's
there's
true.
no inside
s-
information. Like,
And NASCAR is God's sport.
there you go.
No,
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But
How
it's
can
like,
you argue
but
that,
what I'm
man?
saying is, I feel like NASCAR needs to go back, figure out how to nail that in, and this goes back to what you're saying about what drivers get paid and stuff. Like, they need to go back and figure out how
It
to take that and
relies
blow that up,
on
and that will
the
create the
drivers.
driver pay.
It's the drivers. The drivers need to make a statement.
They also need to get the
They
drivers
need to go
out there.
back. They need to have those
In the main.
rivalries. They need to have
It's the
those,
star power factor.
Yes,
They need to bring that back, whatever way it takes.
because I
They
agree. The
arguably
problem
have
is you look at someone like the Hendricks, right? All their drivers, let's be honest, their personalities are a little boring.
boring.
Okay, you go to someone like
facts,
you go to
facts.
someone like Chastain, right? Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't. What do you? Oh, you went down the access road. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're
This
talking about.
man
Like,
finishes a race and smashes a watermelon on the track. I don't know if
I,
he did it
I know,
today.
I know. My
There's
dad.
no video of it. But that is the kind of energy we need we need like a stone cold
Right?
Stone cold
Steve Austin.
Steve Austin. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was thinking Cole Custer because they've been calling him Stone Cold Custer. That's what hit my head.
you're
And
about to
I'm
lose.
like,
You're about to lose your trophy.
where he
Do
just
that.
takes the beers and boom. He's like, "You like that?" And just chokes
You
it,
need
like,
that. You need
2
that.
beers,
And it's like-
3
it's like-
beers.
That's
That's
the
like-
only
4
way.
beers.
That's the only way you're gonna get it, and you get that through more radioactive, more in-car
Radioactive. They need to push more.
radio, and they need to put the pressure on them before the race. Stop letting them have this. Yeah, I'm just here to race. This
It's
very
too
blank stare.
professional.
You have to break that.
Which I understand the whole idea of like, let's make this professional because like we don't. NASCAR doesn't want to be seen as a bunch of hayseeds or something like that. They're just a bunch of guys. Hey man, let's go run a car. Like I
But
get
they
it.
are.
You know who did it great this year?
Well,
know-
some are.
You know who did it great this week? 2311.
They did great.
Their Star Wars schemes. It wasn't on TV much, but
Big steps forward.
let's talk about
Yes.
that. Bubba Wallace had a full fire suit, helmet, car with R2D2
And a commercial with Mark Hamill.
and an entire with a Mark Hamill.
That's the
approval.
star power factor.
That's
Yeah.
what we need.
You know what made Jeff Gordon huge? Like
ran
just
Phantom
being
Menace.
around like on Saturday Night Live and things like that. You know what made Dale Jr. huge? Being around Saturday
Mountain
Night
Dew.
Live, the Grammys and being on like different huge like platforms. That's what made them huge.
That is the
I
kind
On
feel
of
top of being a personality that NASCAR could love and get behind. Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, William Byron is fun to root for.
big sponsorship energy.
The guys
Yes,
are there.
you
You just need
need
to
to
put
bring
them
that
in
back
the
to
star
Star Wars.
power. Like
Um,
if Busch Beer
Bush.
does not drag Ross Chastain around and make him a superstar, they're missing
What are you doing?
out. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly.
Nobody's
That's
gonna.
it.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Nobody cares about Wex. I don't know who Wex is.
Wex image. Or
He
Dex
won the
imaging.
race. I
Or
don't
not
know
Dex
who they
imaging.
are. They're
It's
not
like a
doing
data company
enough.
Yeah.
or something. I
but
don't know.
They're not doing enough to sponsor and promote this driver as a superstar.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Correct.
giving him a good car. They're probably paying the bills plenty, but they're not doing enough to make this the next Tom Brady.
Yes.
And Ross Chastain could be the next superstar of the sport. And
Could
I
be.
think they really need to push that issue with a lot of top tier
So-
drivers.
So
Yes.
Real quick
I think
before you
after-
get anywhere, let me go
hold on.
into.
Sorry.
I want to kind of tag into that a little
Okay,
bit,
you
but
saw it.
like NASCAR, I forget which podcast it was. It was either DBC or Denny Hamlin, but they talked about the handoff was these big sponsors like your Bush, your whoever, they had a PR person, and that was handed off to the teams, and they started managing it. So when the NASCAR teams started managing it, they started negotiating in favor of the driver, less appearances, less deals. So
not
by
right.
doing that, you started not showing up on SNL. You started
Yeah.
not showing up on, Joe Rogan podcast or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, like those deals, those big market things, like went away. So like they got to get back to that. Like,
They do.
like
to.
I think, in my opinion, Bush Beer. I mean, we're just kind of
Throwing
beating
it
on
out
the
there.
Ross
Yeah.
Chastain thing. But if I'm Bush Beer, like, hey, I'm gonna go. We're gonna sponsor you, 20-something races a year, whatever it is. But I need you to do this, and this throughout the year, and we're
Bush
gonna
Beer.
get huge.
Bush beer.
I need you on Saturday Night Live, cracking a cold Bush Beer.
Dude, just have him like do the Stone Cold thing.
That's
Right, where he's
Whatever.
like something stupid, where he's just like sitting there drink and have
when
Bush
you win
beer.
a race, I need you to chugging Bush Light all over the place.
And if it's someone that can do it, it's Ross Chastain.
Yes.
I
Look at
feel
okay,
like-
another driver that we could talk. Noah Gregson.
Wendy's.
Right?
right?
Wendy's. Him and Wendy's could do
They're
some
doing-
hilarious
Listen,
stuff.
they did really good for the time they were racing and stuff. With the car they had, they did
Yeah.
really good.
100%.
The whole mayor for North Wilkesboro,
That was funny.
genius.
Like awesome.
they need to amp it up.
I feel
they
like-
need
Yes.
to keep feeding the fire.
Tell me what you guys think. I think NASCAR has the people in place,
Yes.
Yes.
but it's almost like the sponsors have got to make them go out and do the work.
I feel like there's
You know
still.
who's doing-
you know what I
you
think
know
it is?
who's doing
I think
actually
there's
really
still
good?
a little bit of NASCAR that's still old school, and they're like, no, we can't do
No,
this
bro.
new stuff. And I
what
feel like
new stuff?
Why don't we have
people
like,
from like the 90s that are still trying to do things the way things were done in the
Like
90s.
what? Tell me what you're thinking.
Like old school, like we need to stay professional. We need to be the premier racing
Oh, you're talking
series.
about Jeff Gordon.
More like Jeff Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah, but
And you can do
Not-
all
maybe
of
not
that
Jeff
with
Gordon.
still
Dale Jr.
implementing.
got huge from being on SNL and things like that.
Yes, but not
And
every
being-
driver followed in
And
that.
being at the Grammys and like, okay, this is 3 Doors Down, da da da, like introducing bands like that made Dale Jr. the icon. And on top of that,
Yeah.
it made him a huge icon. But he was a super genuine and fan that loved racing.
You know
But
what
he's
he
also
did?
a really likable guy too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
You put
Ross
someone like-
Chastain
you
is
put-
a likable guy.
that's true.
Blaney's a likable guy. Denny Hamlin on his podcast is a very likable guy most weeks. Most weeks. Alex Bowman, like you have the star power.
Yeah.
They need
You
to
have
follow.
it, but you need to take it and put it in the public.
You need to capitalize on it.
And the companies that are sponsoring them are big companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Busch
Star Wars,
Beer,
I'm telling you,
huge.
Star Wars was a
huge.
huge
Oh
deal.
my
Yeah.
Huge.
So big that
Huge.
people are begging for a die-cast release of these cars, and they're like, Disney has not approved it. We cannot honor
So-
it.
They need to
Yeah.
respond
Disney-
to that.
It's
Make
gonna
it
I'm
happen.
telling you, it's gonna happen.
And I'm not gonna lie. If you want,
Just imagine
Disney's gonna say,
Like
"Hey,
that-
we'll get
that commercial-
25%," and they'll be all about it.
that commercial with George. I'm not George.
Mark Hamill.
Sorry, think Mark Hamill. Like that was awesome. But
Yes.
imagine if you had in Disney World here in Orlando, if you had freaking that car rolling through,
it'd be cool.
and you had it parked out front in front of the Disney ride.
Yes.
Oh my God, bro!
That's
and then
the
you
ti-
shot that commercial instead
put
of
it-
Mark Hamill's.
you put it
Mark
right
Hamill's house.
next to
Who
the
cares if it's
Millennium
at Mark
Falcon.
Hamill's house? You shot that in front of the like
In
the-
an next to an X-wing.
bro, and then you left
Nah, bro.
a freaking
Right next to the Millennium Falcon.
Eat that too.
It'd be
Bro.
fire.
Exactly.
Dude.
That's the type of stuff
That's
NASCAR
the thing,
needs.
bro. That's
Yes.
the thing.
Yes.
Like what
Disney's
you gave us
not
is a
a-
good
Okay.
tease,
not afraid
but
of it
it's
either.
not the juice.
Here's another thing that I thought was actually a very, very, very possible thing they could do that I have not heard anyone say. That helmet Bubba Wallace had was sick, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, follow me on this.
I would never get rid of it.
I wouldn't either. But
I wouldn't either.
But imagine, okay,
I guarantee you.
But hold on, hold
Ryan
on.
Blaney's like, hey, can
but
I get that helmet?
probably. So imagine though, Bubba goes to Mark Hamill and says, "Hey, let's auction this thing off for charity. I want you to sign it. I'm going to sign it. We're going to auction this thing off to charity." Can you imagine what a X-Wing branded NASCAR helmet would go for that's signed by Mark Hamill?
Dummy money.
That thing would raise so much money. You'd be able to
Team
promote it.
owners would bet on it.
You would have team owners. You would have huge NASCAR fans. You would have huge Star Wars fans. There would be so much hype just around one item.
I mean, we're getting way into the weeds, but
This is
I
very
think
weeds.
I think like you could even go like, hey, we're gonna run this helmet until we win, and when we win, me and Mark Hamill are gonna sign it and auction it off.
That's
You
cool
go
too.
Another level deeper,
Bro, he
Yeah.
took a photo with R2D2 today.
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that is so cool. Like there is
Lean into it.
top
And I feel like
top tier.
That's
Out
what
of-
I'm saying. Instead of dipping your toes in the water, just jump in, man.
Yes.
That's
out of
what
all the
we
teams,
want.
and out of all the teams, I feel like 23XI did their thing when it comes to that in this last race by making both of their drivers have schemes that are completely out of the sport,
Yep.
right? Have never been seen before, right? That is the game changer right there.
Yeah.
And I feel
agree.
like that's going to make the difference, right? Going into next season, and I would even say this. Going into next season, watch Reddick and Bubba Wallace, because of the team that they're on, willing to take the risks that they take in the marketing schemes that they take, be top contenders.
Oh, 100%. Plus they're
Watch.
getting a new shop and everything.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you,
100%.
23XI is going to be nasty next year. It's
Because
gonna
that's
be
what it's
wild.
all about. It's all about the marketing. It's all about the advertising, right? It's all about what you can showcase.
I mean, they have McDonald's, Columbia.
Come on.
What is it, Dr. Pepper a few times a year?
Yep. So
I mean,
okay.
those are some big names. Like,
Not
100%.
not to try to derail us, but we have gotten way off the track. So
Yes,
let's
let's
get.
so Brendan Rhodes did really, really good in
We
the
went-
Truck
Talk about
Series.
Rhodes.
We
man.
went. Thank you for being along on this rabbit trail of ours. All right, so let's talk about the Xfinity race. So we go from literal chaos to probably one of the most exciting
It
races
was-
we've had in a while.
I'm not gonna lie, the Xfinity race was pretty calm compared to the truck race.
You think?
It was pretty calm.
I got.
it
I'm sorry,
was-
Kevin, but I got to get rid of this.
It was I don't want to say it wasn't bad. It was a straightforward race with a lot of race car drivers racing with respect. They got out of the way. The only ones that really raced like dogs were there's a moth in here.
Yeah, I think it just hit me in the back.
Yeah,
of
it
the head.
did. Okay, it's up by the light.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
not going to distract us at all.
Oops, sorry guys.
Welcome to the deep south.
Do it for Dale.
There was a lot of drivers driving with respect up until probably that last restart. I think it was an overtime restart. I can't remember exactly, but Stone Cold Cole Custer. Cole Custer.
Oh my god.
He did it. He was able to finish out. He even said in his own post race, he's like, I just got through it. Thank God I got through it. And then he smashed 2 beers together, cut his finger, and won the trophy. So
Did he really cut his
you
finger?
didn't see that?
No, I missed
Oh, he
it.
straight up cut his finger, looked at it. He's like, I cut myself. And they put a
Did he
a
smash
flag.
2 beers together?
Yeah, he straight
I
up.
missed all that.
boom,
I saw the
smashed 2
picture.
beers, drank them, and he
That's
cut
awesome.
his finger and he wrapped the flag around it. It was kind of funny.
Wow.
They even said it on TV.
This
It was
this
cool.
moth is trying to join our show, guys.
He's part of the team.
Yeah, I guess so.
Until next week
Welcome to Here for Speed Studio.
Yeah.
with Mothman.
Oh God.
I think it was cool. There was that one moment that the championship 4 were 4 wide.
Yes.
That
That
was-
That was the last.
awesome.
Yeah, that was the last restart.
after the
Like,
last restart.
Here you go, NASCAR. This is your game 7 right here. Like
This is
Yeah.
what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, really, you can't ask for anything better than that.
that was pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. Cole Custer was probably I don't know. I mean, who did you guys think was going to win that race?
So
It was,
didn't
either,
really get
it was either for me the 00 the 20 all day long,
really,
all night.
I was really rooting for this.
I thought
I was
I thought all guy.
rooting for all guy,
the
but
minute
the
he spun out in like lap
00
5, I was like, this guy's done.
Yeah, but
No, he
Cole
ain't coming
Custer
back.
and John Hunter were the class of the field.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what is it about Junior Motorsports that just decides, hey, it's the last race of the year. Fuck it.
We're
They're
out.
like, they're like, they're like
Let's
Dick
just-
Hamlin, bro.
They pull that meme.
When
All
it
right,
comes,
I'm gonna head out.
It's like Daytona when they're like all leading the pack and they just freaking all wreck.
They just, all right, I'm gonna wreck myself. Guess this
They're
is
like
fine.
Joe Gibbs over here choking on them glizzies, bro.
I think they even said it in the
Little
broadcast.
BDSM.
I-
yeah,
How
man.
many?
I
like,
think
you
in the
literally-
broadcast for Daytona, they made a comment because they're like, "Oh, the 21's coming in. I don't know how he's gonna get up there." And it's like the whole all the junior motorsports guys wreck, and it's like, well, 21 has it. I guess he didn't have to do much.
I'm at the point where I think Junior Motorsports is only going to win a championship if all 4 of their drivers make it in.
There's
And that's even
something-
a best
there's
case
something
scenario
about
because they
this-
wreck each other.
There's something about this dynamic that they do wreck each other a lot, man. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're all pretty good. I don't know what it is, but like last year, this wasn't a thing.
Just trying to make a name for themselves, man.
It was a different team. But like this year, they become this, stereotype that they're gonna wreck each other.
And that's bad, honestly.
Oh yeah,
It's
of
bad
course,
for the sport.
of course.
Sorry, I
next?
had to burp. I had to mute myself. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, I thought it was a really good race, as Nate would say. It was really entertaining. It was a lot of fun.
The best race.
Best race. It was a good time. We laugh, we joke, and we give Nate a lot of crap because literally we're like, if you watch any of our videos like leading up to the thing, he's like, "Let's go! Rolling the podcast." Hey man, I had a really good time. We're gonna listen to some
And
smooth
you know what?
jazz.
I will say, this is my last podcast as this is my first full NASCAR season.
You can finally
This
take,
is it. This is whatever, dude. Okay?
You can finally take the rookie stickers off your bumper.
That's it. That's it.
Proud of you.
This is it. And
Next year, you'll pick a better driver.
Can I ask you a question?
you know, whatever, bro. I'm still going for Byron.
Hey, HMS for
Good
the
luck.
win, bro. You know what's up.
Good,
That's right,
Good thing
bro.
they did it.
let me ask you a question.
Penske back to back.
After watching racing for a little over a year,
What's up?
what do you think about NASCAR, bro? What are your thoughts? Just raw thoughts in the moment. What do you think?
Raw.
NASCAR is not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah. Explain.
And when I say that, okay, I've been to races, right? Because of you guys,
We're
right?
sorry.
I've got.
We got you into this.
Hey, those car
Whatever.
rides are fun, aren't they?
Listen, I've been to races now. I've been to all the super speedways this year. I will say, it's not for the faint of heart,
It's
right?
not.
This sport is freaking insane, bro.
It's taxing.
It's crazy, bro. You see some wild stuff, right? But it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Why? Because it takes a certain amount of character and drive to be a driver, right? In the NASCAR Cup Series. Dude, this sport is crazy, bro. You're literally before every single race, you're putting your life at risk.
Oh, it's insane.
You kiss your families goodbye. We've seen it time and time again. Look at drivers like Kyle Busch. Literally kisses his family goodbye before he gets in his car. Why?
You
Because
never know.
you never know.
You
Yep.
never know what's going to turn out on that.
Because this sport is so crazy, you never know what's going to happen.
Jake, you've
and
even
that's
said
why
it.
I love NASCAR.
You've even said it, man. These cars flip on some of the slowest speeds we've seen.
The Cup car
It's
scares me, bro.
it's scary. It really is. Like
Cup
something
car
like
really
a short
does
track
scare
like
me.
this. I mean, 120, 130 miles. Like it could flip. It goes backwards. You
There's
never
some-
And
know.
dude, 120, 130, bro,
Is
that's
nothing.
crazy speeds. No, but think about it in reality.
Oh yeah. How many of us have driven that
130
fast?
miles an hour is freaking insane, bro.
Yeah.
Right? But that's slow to NASCAR.
That's very slow.
That to me is insane. And
It's wild.
that's why I love NASCAR.
I love
Nice.
what Mark said. You know what Mark said about you? A
love-
rookie no more.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
Sick.
I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and my vision's hurting a little bit, and I thought it said a cookie no more. And I was like, Mark, what are you saying,
You're
bro?
no longer a chocolate chip.
Yeah, you have graduated to
Do
graham
we have any
cracker.
other major topics?
So I mean, I think NASCAR is great. It's really entertaining. Let's talk about our fantasy league. So specifically, I think Matt wanted to gloat a little bit about both of his
He
fantasy
already
wins.
been gloating for like 3 hours.
Here we
Listen,
go.
everybody.
Here
I
we
just want
go.
you to know I won our fantasy league. Can't wait for all our friends to join next year so I can beat their butts too.
That is a real fact. If you do want to be a part of the fantasy league, we are taking.
You have to reach out to us on X.
We're thinking about doing like
application based.
Yes.
If you are interested, shoot us application.
We're thinking about doing like
Via
a
direct
like
message
a
on
Facebook
X.
Messenger or something like that. Instead of text messages because it can get too clunky, but Facebook Messenger makes a lot more sense. But it's a really simple fantasy league.
Yeah.
In the most part, you pick 4 every race.
There are rules.
There are rules.
Yeah.
Yes. If you don't pick, you don't get 0 points. You just get the lowest amount of points. So you're never
Sorry,
really out.
Mark. Just
Not trying to like sell it, but it's a fun fantasy league. And then on the final 4, you just pick 4 drivers. And
Why
you
is
just have
there
fun.
out of the blue no shots for?
because I said I was trying to read his text and couldn't quite read it. Honestly,
I've been
I'm
there.
probably
I thought
I've
he was
been
just
there.
mad at
I'm
you or
honestly
something.
probably the most sober one here. I just my contacts are hurting.
But no,
so-
I'll take the win. You know, Ryan Blaney. I was
Whatever.
the only
Are we
one
done
who
talking
picked
about
him.
this? Come on. Who
I
cares?
was the only one who picked him. This Duppy and this Duppy picked the 24 driver.
Whatever,
right?
bro.
Right? Okay.
That's right.
Fair
It's
enough.
24, baby.
I told Jake. He
That's how many
picked him.
hours of the day he loses.
Next
Jacob-
year is our year.
Jacob picked
24
him
and
because he's
24.
like, he got the first pit stall. He'll do great. I said, pit stall selection does not matter when it comes to overall speed in the car. And the
Yeah,
track
literally
position
nobody
in
in
practice,
the NASCAR, literally nobody in the NASCAR industry would agree with you.
I agree with myself, and that's why I win.
All right, but you also not only did you win
You
our
also root
fantasy
for
league,
the freaking loser of the year in Brad Keselowski.
That's so
How many
rude.
wins this year?
That is just
How many wins this year in
It's
Brad?
the same amount as Chase Elliott.
What, like
you
I
dummy.
don't root for Chase. I root for Ross
Yeah.
Chastain.
Oh my
2
God.
wins, bro.
Hey, Jake.
2 wins.
I'm pretty sure your shirt says Hendrick, you dummy.
I do love
Not
Hendrick.
Trackhouse.
Jake,
That's only
I
10
think-
wins.
I
How
think
many? How many wins Brad have?
Jake, I think
0?
Jake, you
Hendrick-
have more
Hendrick
Chase
has
Elliott
what?
diecast than
And,
10
anybody.
wins?
most
10
of Hendrick
wins?
was injured this year.
I can't
That's all right. We'll come
argue.
back better next year.
I
We'll
can't-
come back better next year. Let's
Most
go.
of Hendricks was injured.
I can't
Yeah.
argue
Bruh, we
with
missed a
children.
freaking ton of races.
Their
'Cause he
star,
was an
their
idiot.
star,
It was
their
in May.
star.
They
Elliott
had
was
plenty of
out.
time
What's
to figure
Brad's
it out.
excuse for not winning a race?
Yeah,
Okay,
what's,
he's
what's his
trash?
excuse?
Brad sucks.
He had to poop in Atlanta. Leave him alone. He couldn't handle the
done.
intense pressure of sitting in victory lane.
How the hell is he
He'll
ever going to win a
figure it out.
second championship if he can't handle a poop, bro?
He can't even handle a poop, dude.
You know what?
He's pooping out them
my
King's
God.
Hawaiians.
All right.
He needed a.
Sorry,
he needed a
Matt was the one that
Anyway,
made all my
I also
notes
Bro,
here.
won
you're such
our
a freaking.
truck
You're
series
such.
and
You're
Xfinity Series
such a
championship.
chicken.
I won all 3 series this
You
year.
won't
I'm the
even go up
best.
and say hi to Brad.
Jacob-
when we're working the race, you have
What?
the opportunity. Brad's just standing there doing nothing.
and
I'm
I
like,
li-
Matt,
I have
Matt,
lost
go
control.
say hi. And Matt won't even say hi.
It's a respect factor.
Matt's like, if he has to
This
wait there
man-
1 more second on this forklift going through this opening, I will go say hi. And it's
This
like,
man
bro,
is
just
so
say
dialed
hi.
in.
I'm literally
Just
pushing
say
him.
hi.
Bro, get his
This
autograph.
man is so dialed
he's
into
there.
winning the race.
Who? What race?
He was winning all of them.
What race
Every
has he ever
single
been
race.
dialed into
Absolutely
winning?
not.
This
Absolutely
man,
not.
Brad
Winless
Keselowski
this
is,
year. Winless
he
last
is
year.
the best race car driver
He's the
I've
next
ever
Jimmy
seen.
Johnson.
He is. Thank you.
He's gonna
ready
retire
for his next
winless.
7
Yeah,
championships.
Mark, I have lost all control.
Mark, Jake is just so salty that he lucked his way
I
into the
won
Final
tonight
Four.
with Ross Chastain. I'm on a cloud.
Me too.
I
Bro,
picked, I
I'm
picked
mad.
Ross Chastain
We had
too.
a conversation. You were supposed to bring the watermelon and the Everclear, and you brought popcorn.
I brought Buffalo
hell,
Trace.
bro?
It's a good whiskey,
That is a good whiskey. I'm just saying.
which is
But
empty by now.
The plan,
So
the plan was a watermelon.
I didn't get a text.
All right, let's move on to something else.
Anyway, I'm the winner. Jake lost. That's all we need to know about. Thank you.
All right, so let's
Matt
talk.
did win. Props.
Let's talk about some other things.
mad.
So obviously,
question?
well, we weren't quite there. We could jump
What are
to
we
it if
doing?
we wanted.
Who cares?
Well, you know what? Let's go to Kuzman
Who
because
cares about silly season? Whatever.
Kuzma
man.
I got a question.
Yeah, let's.
No,
Okay.
let's go Kuzma
Matt,
question.
shut up.
I got a question.
What's your
No,
question?
listen, you won. Okay, good
Why
for you.
didn't Brad win this year?
If
It's
Brad
'cause
was
Matt
in the
didn't-
Final
hey,
Four, who
it's
would have
because
picked
Matt
him?
didn't touch his buns.
I'll touch him next year. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully, maybe.
Yee.
Kuzman
All right.
question.
Well, we got our Kuzman and
We have multiple questions.
Okay, so we have multiple questions. So this is our Kuzman and Friends question of the week. If you have a question for a Kuzman or for us, I don't care which one, you can send it over to us
We can
on
make
X.
Kuzman answer it.
All right,
We
here
need to
go.
send Kuzman a question.
I want to answer the first question.
Okay.
What are your way too early predictions for next year? Brad Keselowski will go winless.
Shut up! Oh my God, Chase Elliott will go winless.
No, absolutely not.
Hendrick will choke on a glizzy in the Final Four again.
No.
Denny Hamlin will also choke on a glizzy at Martinsville.
Brad.
Matt has like 4 predictions now.
You can't have Brad choke if he doesn't win all year.
Okay.
Can you call me a prophet?
Matthew was a prophet. Ooh, ooh.
Come on, way too early predictions. Come on, DJ.
All right, way too early prediction for next year. I'm going to be rooting for Chastain.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to see a Chastain Busch car,
Oh man, I can't wait.
to be honest.
Woo. All right,
Nate, what's yours?
Wait,
yeah.
Byron.
William Byron, baby. I'm telling you. No, listen. I've been saying this, and you know
For
what?
this whole year.
Yes, for this whole year. But you know what? He's proved himself.
He did
to
prove
be
himself this
a
year.
top contender, as the youngest, one of the youngest in the game.
Whatever, fanboy.
Yeah.
Moving
No,
on.
no,
Moving on.
listen. It's more than being a fan, right? Because I'm a fan.
No,
Really?
You're a
Really?
fan. You're
Really?
a fan,
Yeah,
boy. It's
really.
different.
Yes, really. Yes.
We didn't
Still
know.
got the sticker on your
Okay.
hat.
I'm a fan of the 24, but he's proved himself. How many drivers you know? How many drivers you know made it to the Final Four?
3.
3 others.
Ryan Blaney.
No, I'm talking about the youngest to make it to the Final Four.
Maybe Jeff Gordon.
Christopher
It
Bell.
might have been Jeff Gordon,
Okay.
actually.
Has Gibbs made it yet? No.
Nah, he's a tryhard.
Right?
Well,
but he's
1
one of
year.
the youngest in
He's
the
like
Cup
19.
Series. He's okay, but he's one of the youngest in the Cup Series,
Yo,
just
how
like
he's
Byron.
running,
Right?
next year
Byron
might
was
be
one of
bad.
the youngest in the he was the youngest in the
All right,
in the
so you're picking
Okay,
Byron.
yeah.
to be
I'm
good. All right,
picking
whatever.
Byron.
We got to slow this guy
Shut
down.
up. Come
yes,
on.
sir. Yes,
Here we
sir.
go.
And I'm buying more merch.
My big-
Byron, thank you for signing my hat.
Yes.
Okay, if you see this
Oh, I forget he did that.
out of
Good for you.
coincidence, you know what? You signed my
All right,
hat.
so-
I'm a fan.
All right,
Shut
move on.
up.
My
God damn.
prediction.
Whatever, dude.
I'm a Hendrick fan. You're rambling.
My
Here we go.
prediction. My prediction.
You already
RFK
talked.
Final Four.
Whatever.
How
Nobody
they ran
cares.
today with Busher? Final Four. I'm
Okay,
telling
I will give you a real prediction. Busher wins before Brad.
100%.
I think Brad's just nice.
He won,
sorry.
he won more
You
than
can
Brad
take that
this year.
check to the bank.
Yeah,
I think so.
Probably Daytona this year coming up.
Bro,
probably.
if Busher won.
All right,
the
here we go.
500,
Next
that'd be
question.
Wild.
Who
All right.
has the most wins next year?
Busher.
No,
No,
absolutely
kidding.
not.
I'm gonna put it on.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put it on Byron or Larson. Facts, bro.
You know what? I would say Byron or Elliott.
No.
Yes,
Why?
because Elliott wants to make the comeback.
Whatever. Moving on, Matt.
Y'all are gonna hate this.
Brad Keselowski.
No, I think Denny Hamlin's gonna have the most wins. I think Denny Hamlin's
He
gonna
could.
be
He could. He honestly really
freaking
could.
Stop. You need to stop.
vicious.
Ain't nobody giving no credit to the has-been.
Listen,
I'll throw out a
I
crazy name.
knew you were gonna hate it. I think Denny Hamlin's gonna be on a
Who?
fucking tear next week
You mean
or
Dick-
next
Hell
year.
no, dude.
Next week.
think-
Next week.
Hell no.
I will throw out. I'll throw out.
Next week.
This man's gonna win the 500 again and be like
Too busy on the
"Suck
squash
it,"
court.
and he's just
Okay.
gonna keep going.
I will. I'll just throw out one just because whatever. Like we're gonna know.
Most wins. Who you got?
Kyle Busch.
Stop.
Ooh, I was gonna say that too.
DJ Stomp. Yeah, when
That's-
he quits wrecking his car in practice.
Nah.
He ordered a pizza today.
All right, here you go. Ready for
Supreme
another one?
lovers.
Go ahead.
Who's the surprise playoff driver if next year? Surprise playoff
Cole
driver.
Custer.
Stop.
Noah Gregson.
No. You know who I was?
Travis Pastrana.
You know who I would say? AJ Allmendinger.
SVG.
That's gonna be really hard.
SVG.
Yeah, really?
Well, he's going to Xfinity.
Yes.
I'll say.
But you know what? He got to win.
SVG.
He's got more wins than Brad
No, he's
this
not
year.
running full time next year.
You don't know that yet.
I do know that.
You do not know
I
that
do.
yet.
Wait,
Oh.
what'd you say? I'm
I'll
SVG.
sorry,
plug,
Matt.
you, I'll plug you in on some connections.
That would be interesting.
SVG is not running full-time Cup next year.
Who's
He
taking
can't.
the 10?
Noah.
Who's
No,
taking the 10?
that'll
Noah.
be my surprise pick.
That's
Noah
what I'm saying.
Gregson to
Noah.
the-
Noah.
The big hat boy.
That's not a surprise.
Big surprise. William Byron will make it
All
to
right.
the playoffs.
Next
Whatever,
question.
All right, next question. Who wins the championship?
D's nuts.
Yo, shut
Again.
up.
Josh Balicki.
Okay. Next year,
Cal Weatherman. He's a goat.
you know what? I gotta say it. I think Brad's gonna win the playoffs next year.
Get
You don't
the
have to
heck-
worry about it. He made it all the way
All right, man.
to 8th.
You're delusional.
I think he can do it. Listen, man. You gotta believe.
Listen, man.
You
You're
gotta,
delusional
you
at this
gotta
point.
drink the bush. I
Listen,
think it'll be
man.
all right. He'll make it. Drink the
Heck
Miller
no,
Lite.
bro.
No,
Nate,
Kuzman.
who wins championship next year?
I would say any Hendrick driver.
Kuzman says end finger to the 10 on a 1-year deal.
Stop, please.
No.
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 I love Mark's like the last episode
a
has a free for all.
Oh, Mark, there's very little notes.
DJ, who wins championship next year?
Seriously? Chastity?
I'm putting it out there. Martin Truex Jr. wins it next year. All right, who loses their ride or retires next year? Martin Truex Jr.
Yep,
next
that's
year.
yeah. Martin Truex.
Nate,
I would say Truex.
Yeah.
Matt Brad-Keselowski.
No, I go to DJ. Let me think for a
I
minute.
already said
We
Truex.
already all answered
all
but you.
Truex.
Wait, who's gonna retire next year?
yeah.
Yeah.
Brad.
You really think Truex is gonna retire?
No,
next
Brad.
year?
We all said
I
Brad.
mean, out of the most likely people.
Oh man, I don't think so. I think
Brad.
Truex is probably the most likely. I hate saying that.
Yeah,
I
but
wanna say
hopefully it's
Hamlin.
Brad.
I want to say
No,
Hamlin,
Hamlin's got a while.
but I don't think Hamlin's gonna give up till he gets that championship, or he
Dude,
is
he's got
kicked out.
straight whites in his beard. He needs to freaking retire, bro.
Who?
That's
Hamlin.
Hamlin doesn't even have a beard.
Think he has been?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
He needs to get
Do we
the
have another
heck
question?
outta
Hey,
here.
you know he showed at the pool bar last year.
He needs to get the heck out
Do we
of
have
the
any more
freaking
questions?
You know,
Cup
Ryan
Series.
One
Newman
last
might
question.
retire.
One last question.
One last
All right.
question. This is a serious question. What race are y'all looking forward to next year?
Does
Oh,
it have
that's
to be
easy.
NASCAR?
Anything. What race, period, are you looking forward to next year? Give me your top three.
Indy 500? I'll throw it out there.
Give me your top three, Matt. Go.
Indy 500, Daytona 500, and honestly, I really enjoyed Homestead this year. If we could go back to Homestead, that was
That was
fire.
a fun race. Weather
if we're
was
able
beautiful.
to, I'm so about it.
Nate, give me your top three.
I would say,
Across the board, all series.
okay, Daytona 500. I would say Coda, because I'm a huge fan of the road courses.
He likes the shift show.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I'm not going to lie.
about the shift show.
Yeah, I love the shift show. I love road courses. And I would say the championship race at Phoenix.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
It was honestly, it kept me
It was a
on.
fun weekend.
You just
It
want
was
to
a
see?
fun weekend, man.
You want to see the 24 lose again?
Whatever, dude.
Sorry, bro. All right. Keep enjoying it.
I think my three will be Daytona 500, especially because we'll be there. Then Indy 500, especially because we'll be there. And then number three, it'll probably be
Homestead,
honestly,
because we'll be there.
honestly,
Oh
it'll
my
be
gosh.
whichever race
We
me
haven't
and
told
Matt
the
work
podcast
next.
yet. We bought tickets to the Indy 500.
We literally said that.
we
a
we
while
had
ago.
like
Did we?
45
sorry.
minutes ago.
My bad. Keep going.
Welcome, Matt.
So first Daytona 500, Indy 500, and then whichever race me and Matt work next, or whoever, me and Nate, me and DJ, whoever works the next race. Whenever we go work the next race, that'll be the number three
I'll throw.
because it's such a fun experience.
I'll throw some weird ones,
It'll be
curveballs.
Portland.
No, not Portland.
Say Pocono.
Why not? No. I would say the Firestone at St. Pete.
Gross.
The Indy. You've been telling me for
The
like
Daytona
6
500
years.
is before that. And if you say anything besides that, you're freaking dumb.
Oh well, okay. Fine.
I'm not gonna
the
lie.
500.
The
I-
St. Pete race was really good last year.
it
because
was.
Erickson won.
We gotta go.
We are talking
I
about
think
trying to
Pete
go.
was good.
And
No.
my last
can we
one.
commit?
I say my
Hold on,
last
wait.
one?
On the podcast, can we commit because we never do? Are we going or not?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna go. We'll figure it
Even
out.
And you
We
know
gotta
what?
go
And you know what? We'll podcast from St. Pete.
All right,
No,
chill.
calm down. We said we were gonna podcast
We
from
will
Daytona, and
vlog.
we didn't do it.
We will
Okay.
vlog.
Whose fault is that?
All right, so
I
committed,
tried.
as of right now. Here for the Speed is going to the Daytona 500, the Daytona Summer Race, the Indy 500, and the St. Pete race, and the Indy 500.
And possibly the
Depend
Rolex.
on it.
Did I say that twice? Indy 500?
No, you
No.
didn't.
5 races for sure. And me
Depend
and,
on it.
and me and
Yeah,
Matt
you
may
did.
work three races.
The other, my third race then would be the probably the Rolex because I.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a good one too.
So just to kind of have something different.
Just
a
so
little
you know, I don't serve the month of January.
Or February.
No.
See you
Jake,
in March.
Jake will just
Hey,
be gone.
PD's always like, bro, where you at? I'm like, no.
You know what's in March,
January.
Matt? The St. Pete race.
Madness? I don't
No.
know.
Yes, madness.
In the winter, beginning of spring,
Yep.
I'm
So-
out, homie.
So we definitely got several races on the schedule that we're going to try to go to. Obviously, like we said, the 500, the Coke 400. That's the
Yes.
summer
For
one.
sure.
Coke Zero 400 or whatever it is now.
Pepsi.
Pepsi 400, whatever you want to call it. We're definitely you two are going to Indy.
Indy.
Yep,
That's 3, right?
that's 3. And then what was the
Sebring. Did you say Sebring?
Sebring?
Sorry,
No,
not
Sebring.
I was
Sebring.
gonna
Not
say
Sebring.
St.
Not
Pete.
Sebring.
Well, actually, Sebring would
St.
be
Pete,
one that
St.
we.
Pete.
St.
Sebring
Pete.
should be one we should add at some point.
St. Pete.
No,
Let's
but
start with
St.
St.
Pete.
Pete.
I agree.
And then
St.
we're
Pete.
going to go to the Roar before the 24.
At least that.
Try.
Yep.
And then me and Matt have talked about, we got some connections. Sounds like we may go to Talladega.
Talladega.
Yeah.
If you
There is a real loose opportunity. And I'm going to say it because you never know what might happen. Like, if any of Kyle Larson's people are watching, we're trying to do the double with y'all.
If that could happen.
If that is any way possible, we're trying to. I'm just saying.
If there's
trying
any
to- we're
seat
trying
on an
to do
airplane,
the double.
we'll figure everything else out.
And
They
we-
will go in
we-
the luggage area if they
we
have
will
to.
pay our way to help try to do the double. To be the first ever, probably fans to ever do the double.
Yeah.
So,
If
if
it's
that's a
possible,
possibility.
we'll do it. There's no
we're out
plans
there.
right now, but if it's possible,
Yeah.
You'd have to
We're
fly.
gonna try in February to try to make some connections. Well, we'll see. So
All right.
we got at least a half dozen
Yeah.
right now, and then that doesn't even count Atlanta. So
Unfortunately, I don't think Atlanta's going to happen this year.
that's gonna be way more difficult now that they moved
I
it
don't think-
right after
yeah.
Daytona after we take 12 days off of work. So
yeah.
I missed that West Coast swing.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So let's move into kind of like long-term not predictions, but long-term kind of news and stuff like that. So NASCAR came out and they had their State of the Union.
State of the Union.
Yeah. So Jake, you can kind of talk about more of the
Couple
different
quick
topics.
things to hit on. They talked about short track and road course package. They're pretty much open to everything. They want to mainly start for the quick fix,
Horsepower.
aero, and quick fix is aero
Really?
and tire. So change some tire stuff, change some aero stuff. The long-term fix that they are open to is horsepower. I think they've finally realized that some of these other auto manufacturers that probably aren't interested. I think you're probably better off.
Dodge.
Well, I think it's like your Honda and stuff. Like, tell me a Honda car with over 300 horsepower, 400 horsepower.
Probably maybe the Ridgeline.
I don't know. Probably not.
Maybe not.
But
yeah.
NASCAR Cup cars around 600. So I think they're definitely better off, in my opinion. You guys tell me what you think. I think we're definitely better off pursuing the higher horsepower because that's going to make people like Dodge more interested.
Yep.
Because
Yes.
Dodge has not committed to the whole, energy, electric, blah, blah,
Let's
blah.
Well-
bring in Mopar.
Yes
Yes,
and no,
sir.
because isn't the new Challenger and Charger supposed to be electric?
I don't know.
I believe it. I believe it's supposed to be. I could be wrong, but I think so.
Well, everything's going.
But
electric
everything is,
nowadays.
yeah, there's a lot of electrics going, which I think that's going to taper back a little bit
Yes.
over time. Like, I think it's a fad, and especially when I shouldn't say it's a fad. That sounds really bad. But especially with like some of the stuff going on in California where they're
It's trending.
mandating it, I think there's going to come a point where people are like, these electric cars are like $80,000 for a decent one, but I could get a gas car for like 40 and it works fine. I think that might start to become more popular, and that might kind of pick back up again. So I don't know. But yeah, I think higher horsepower, I don't see how that's a bad thing.
I don't either.
Yeah, I
think
think
taking it to 750 right off the rip is going to be better.
750
They
minimum.
also talked about in the short term is eliminate shifting.
So what are they?
That's short
Did
track.
they say how they were planning on doing that? Just changing
Not
the
sure,
gearing?
maybe a different transaxle.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
Just
the only
change
thing
the
I
gear
can think of.
ratios.
I didn't hear specifically. Different gear ratio would be a different transaxle.
Man, I would love to see Mopar get into the NASCAR game.
A random. Okay.
Well, we were just
Yes.
talking about that.
No,
we
it would
were
be straight
talking a
up.
little bit about it, And I feel
I would
like
love to see Dodge come back. Me
I
and
would
Matt.
love to
So
see
me
Dodge
and Matt
come
for a
in.
long time.
So
Me
my
and Matt
problem-
sat next to a bunch of the Dodge big wigs. And
Really
we talked
think
This
about
was
it. And
several
they-
years ago, wasn't it?
And they
before
talked
the
about
next
for
gen.
years. They
Yeah.
talked about like we're trying to figure out how we can come back and make it
How
happen.
we can
like
get
we
it.
literally our seats were
It's
next to
My
American.
only problem is if they
It's
haven't
owned-
done
it's owned
it
by France
thus
now.
far,
Oh,
I don't see it
I
happening
thought it
for a
was
while.
American.
You know what I mean? At the introduction of a next gen vehicle with the rule book kind of, let's say, open, right? Horsepower's lowered. You can bring your own, I want to say chassis, but I mean, everything's kind of manufactured.
Oh, like an open class.
You can't
know
bring
what I
your own
mean?
Chassis. Everything is bought from a
But,
supplier.
okay, but that means everything's restricted. You know, that's a little easier
Yeah.
on
On,
crews and
in-
teams and
incoming
manufacturers.
manufacturer. yes.
Exactly. I think if they haven't done it thus far, we're 2 years in. I don't see it happening.
I don't see it either. So you might as well
Unfortunately.
crank the horsepower
might
up
as well.
and go with a better.
I think this was a listen. You got
Racing is
8
a high
years,
horsepower sport.
8 to 10
Yeah.
years at this gen. If you want to jump in, now's the time.
I want
If
to
you're not
race,
gonna
but
do
only
it,
400
we'll see you in 10
horsepower.
years.
No, bro.
Open the door.
Open the horsepower.
Open the horsepower.
Open your hood.
Open the hood.
I got a
Or
really,
cancel.
I got a really random question here.
What's that?
All right, so
Oh,
I got someone
Oh,
who
no.
said in Minnesota they called burnouts called
You talking about your
burnouts.
sister?
Yes, Minnesota they call burnouts whipping shitties. I don't know if that's true, but if anyone's close to that state, it's probably Kuzman. And I want
You're as
Kuzman to
close as
tell
we
me,
got.
tell me if whipping shitties is an accurate term for a burnout. If he could just let us know.
Kuzman,
If that's
while you're
total
doing
BS,
that, I will give you.
let me know.
I will say what some
my
of his
sister's-
races are. He's looking forward to the Daytona 500 because we didn't talk
Yep.
about this. Iowa, just because it's close
I
to
am
him.
looking for that. They
Really?
did say in Iowa it was not a replacement for Montreal. It was on the schedule, and they gave a second date back to another track.
Interesting. And then his third track is Brickyard.
Why would they? Only
I agree
put,
with that.
He
Brickyard
said
400
it's
come back.
true. Kuzman said it's true.
Is that really true? Whipping shitties?
Bro, y'all wow up there, bro.
I've never seen a better person whip a shitty than Ryan Blaney today.
Hey, you know what? 2024, rename the podcast.
Whipping,
We're here for this.
Here for the
whipping shitties and friends. I love it. Thank you for confirming that.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
not
Shitties and
something
Co.
that's here in Florida.
I love. Okay, hold on. He also said or donuts. Nope. Sorry. The first one's better.
I'm cool with whipping shitties.
bro, y'all different up there.
Oh, my god. That's
Okay,
hilarious.
so if Iowa gets the championship weekend, and we see Kyle Larson whipping shitties on the front stretch,
He's whipping shitties all around the track.
I love it.
He's literally burning, or he's literally whipping a shitty all the way down the track.
I hope we're using this right because it's great.
I'm sorry. Did we not have the accent right?
Done with y'all.
I love it.
Sorry. This is our last podcast. We got to have some fun.
It might be our last. Who knows?
That's true.
Every episode is our last.
You know, we say that, but yet we still somehow put this together.
I'm waiting for us to get canceled.
All right. Well, so that's pretty much all we have to talk about. So you guys want to kind of look
Hey,
toward the next
Sheldon
year?
Creed raced this weekend.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's a great honorable
Andy
mention.
Petrie came out and said sorry. Like, bro, like you literally cussed homie out on the freaking pit road. Just came out and said sorry. Like,
Yeah.
that was
If there's
crazy.
anything to,
I was shocked he raced this weekend.
if there
honestly.
is anything to solidify Sheldon Creed saying "F you" to Richard Children Racing, it's
wrestling.
wrestling.
I thought he
Wrestling.
said dressing.
It's his.
Shout out to Austin Hill, freaking ruining the
Honestly.
surprise.
I'm gonna be honest. They were very competitive in the final race. If they were in the
Yep.
final four, man, it could have been lights out. One of them could have won.
Maybe.
Hey.
I don't know.
Sheldon Creed to Joe Gibbs racing.
To
next
Joe
year.
Gibbs.
To Joe Gibbs.
I
baby.
kind of thought you'd announce by now, but it's fine. Whatever.
That's
We'll
all right.
I know.
Austin
they should
Hill
like
already-
totally capitalize on that. Like, hey, you spoiled our surprise. But,
hey,
hey, come on over.
Austin Hill
Thank you,
already
Austin Hill.
already announced for you, buddy.
that's how it is.
Any
It's
other
cutthroat.
announcements?
No, not really. That's pretty much all we have to talk about, unless we want to talk about stuff looking forward.
That's
I
it,
do
boys.
think we should really look at Atlanta after Daytona.
Shut up. No, it's one weekend. you can get 3 weekends off. 3 whole weeks.
I have unlimited PTO.
I'm there. I'm not missing the 500 for the freaking life of me, dude.
You gonna be
Bro,
there?
you don't
I'm
understand.
You gonna be there?
I'm
Mark,
gonna be there.
You
Mark,
gonna be there?
Mark,
Oh,
I
man.
need you to tell Nate
We got a
in the
500
chat.
rookie.
I need you to tell Nate what the difference is between the 500 and the 400. It's big difference.
It's a huge difference. The
It's
400 is
so
like a
huge.
chill
I was there
lounge.
for
This
the
was the
400
best 400 I've
In a
ever
while.
been to.
Yeah, it's been a
It was
while.
pretty wild. But
It was
I'm
a good
going
time.
to be there for the 500.
The 500's different, bro.
But the
There's not a
500
single spot
I have to
that's open.
experience it at least one time.
Thank God we have VIP status at the pool bar. Because if not, bro, good luck trying to get a
Mark
drink
wouldn't even know who we
anywhere,
are.
bro.
He'd be like, "Who are you guys?"
We love the pool bar, man.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
Mark,
Mark.
we'll have jerky for you too.
Always.
For
Jerky
sure.
boys in full effect.
For sure.
Guys, this is the last episode this season.
You know, Nate's wrap up on the year kind of like that really hit the
It
spot,
hits, bro.
man.
Yeah.
For you guys, 36
Honestly.
weeks. For me, like 33. Whiskey was involved. I couldn't make it. It was a little rough.
Honestly,
DJ, hey, me and DJ, 38
We made it.
straight.
I've never
Let's
heard.
go.
I've
I
never
don't know
heard
how.
someone whine so much.
I'm gonna be
on
honest.
some days than Jake. I don't think I can make it. I gotta work.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Chastain won.
Oh,
Okay.
Chastain won. I'll have to be on. You know what? But you were a trooper, man. Congrats.
Dedicated.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah, but nobody else wakes up at freaking 4:30 to go to work either.
Yeah.
That's a
Freaking
new-
Nashville ends at 12 midnight. Like, okay, I guess we'll do the podcast and I go to work with 2 hours of sleep.
I'm not
Dedication.
gonna lie. Like there was a part of me when I think I don't know which one of us was. We always kind of talked about doing the podcast, and we're like, yeah, let's do it.
We've talked about it for probably 2 years.
2 years or so. Yeah, and I'm like, we're gonna get like 3 episodes in, and everyone's gonna be like, and like and it's just gonna be me setting everything up, bro. Still just me setting everything up.
No,
but
you can't blame that on us. You haven't taught us.
Facts.
Every-
Big facts.
everything's
Okay.
already set up,
Look,
DJ.
In my defense.
there's not many things I will have Matt's back on, and
that is true.
one.
That is true.
I know how
However-
to plug in the light, turn
how-
on the ring light, and plug my microphone in.
However,
that's it.
my only problem is y'all usually have been drinking, and it's hard for me to get you guys to focus.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
So yes, but we're working that for next year. But yes, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually
You
kind
should
of.
hire a
we're
helper.
I probably should.
Just teach us.
No. No.
Could
See,
you imagine me running this?
Terrible.
No.
All right, Jake, you're done.
all right, and everyone's gone, and it's just the DJ podcast. Hello, everybody.
It will be kind of sad to like kind of put this stuff away for
This
like
is
3
it.
months.
Yeah.
I guess
This
we
is the
probably
last
will-
bit.
We probably will do some kind of maybe a post chili bowl. I think I kind of like that idea.
I like a
When is the chili bowl again?
Mid-January.
Second weekend of January.
Yeah, that'd probably be about a
Like
good time.
January 20th? You think you're open?
No.
Oh, I know you've only committed every Sunday night for the last
Yes.
9 months. But
Yes. Yeah.
and
Exactly.
some Mondays, depending on weather.
And sometimes Sunday and Monday.
Oh my god.
Be coming here and then being like, oh, the rain's gonna, or it's gonna be rained out. Oh,
Guys,
I'll
honestly,
tell you what, man.
It's been an honor.
It's been
It's been fun.
my first.
Let's go through your final thoughts, Matt. Let me give you your final
Yeah,
thoughts.
go ahead.
Man, this has been an honor. I'm gonna be honest. Just being able to come on here, bullshit, and just kind of say whatever the hell I want to say. It's kind of fun. You know?
Until you're muted.
I love Brad.
I do whatever I want. I say
I
whatever
love
I
his
want.
buns.
I think
and
I
Pocono.
think- you know what? I said it this year, and Brad had a better year, so I'm gonna enforce it even more
Double
next
down.
year. This is not even like Brad's year. This is his millennia. Like Brad Keselowski can
Please
just
stop.
make it for even the decade. Listen, I'll jump down to decade. You know, this is just the 2020 decade is all about Brad Keselowski and RFK. I think Chris Buescher is going to be like a 7-time champ by the end of this year.
the end of the
You know, Brad doesn't even need to win one. It's more or less like, hey, listen, you know, I helped that kid. You know, that's
Oh
all
my
you
gosh.
need. So I'm super grateful. I think this has been great, even if this is the last one. So honestly, thank you, DJ, for setting this up. Thank you, Jake, for hosting us. Nate, you're here sometimes. It's great. I appreciate it, bud.
And I guess going to me,
Yeah.
I would say even though I'm here part time, it's been so much fun, man. Getting into NASCAR, being the rookie, getting to experience the super speedways in person, just getting to experience all of the races Get out of it.
Oh, word.
It's been so much fun, man. NASCAR is such a great sport, man, and it literally has changed my life. Like there's no other sport that I want to see every single Sunday besides NASCAR.
It's a weird cult.
Yeah.
One
Not
of
as a
us.
negative
One
connotation.
of
Like
us.
it's a weird cult. Like,
Yeah.
just
It's a
enjoy
weird
it.
thing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just love it, man. The speed, and I'm here for the speed, man. I love it.
Yeah. It's so I think it's been stressful a lot at times for me at least.
Yeah.
No, someone just pulled up to your house, Jake. Well, that might be a buggy. I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, it's been stressful. I know for like me and stuff, like getting everything set up and stuff and everything. But yes, I will try to work on having you guys help me next year. That's something I have to work on my personal development. I will make sure I journal that later. That was funnier in my head. So I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so yeah, so I mean, but it's been fun. Honestly, it's something I look forward to all week. It's something that it's been fun, hanging out with everybody, hanging out. We've got to hang out with Kuzman,
Bro, we got to
this is-
meet Kuzman
well, kind of virtually.
virtually.
Yes.
We got to meet Kuzman.
We're hoping that we're going to
There's-
meet him in one of
there's
these
plans
races.
in the future for
Yes.
that.
I've actually got to meet Mark this year. That was super cool. So I mean, like,
You haven't met the goat yet,
no, I have not met.
Nicholas.
Yeah, I don't remember who that is. So yeah, I haven't met him. So it's been a lot of fun. Like, it's honestly, it's definitely been probably the highlight toward my week. At the end of the week, I'm like looking forward to I'm looking forward to Sunday when I can watch the race, hang out, talk on the podcast, and just goof off with everybody. So it's been a lot of fun. Definitely been fun. Definitely been. I don't know if I'd go as far as Nate and say it was life changing, but it's pretty close. Pretty close.
NASCAR.
Maybe
has
last year.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe
I
last
wouldn't
year.
say the podcast has been life changing, even though it's fun.
We'll get
Yeah.
there.
NASCAR for me
That's true.
has been life changing.
Okay. All right, Jake, it's your turn.
I wouldn't even say it's so much NASCAR. It's just racing, bro.
Yeah,
It's something different
That's
about
true.
racing. It's just the everyman sport.
yeah.
I would say, like the podcast, I really thought I was going to miss a few episodes. I'm actually shocked. I made all of them.
Yes, me too.
And I'm kind of like, I feel like I'll miss the first one. And it'll be like, nice. Like the first off week will be like,
Yeah.
this is nice. And then the second one will be like, dang, I really miss it. Like it'll go from like nice to really extreme miss like right away.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, man. One of my favorite things about racing has been getting, Matt into racing and introducing Matt
Oh,
into
bro, it's
racing.
toxic now, right?
Yeah.
Do you regret it?
Yes, he does.
No, not at all. Introducing DJ into racing, and now it's been Nate and Lewis this year. Jeff was a fan, as we were both growing up. So, just introducing new people into it and just showing them what I've known since I was a little kid, and getting to share those moments, like those first moments, like when you go to Bristol and you watch qualifying for the first time, single car, and just the way it sounds is just different.
Or when you wake up in the RV to
It's like
Going
a TIE
around the
fighter driving
track.
by your car.
Or in Daytona this year, the Thunderbirds decided to practice at 8 a.m. when we went to sleep at 6 a.m. Those memories and those things.
I'm
I
awake.
mean, we started this podcast to create we just wanted to bring what we experienced together as brothers and friends, just what we experienced is just on YouTube, and and we just hope that it would always take off and be somewhat successful, and it kind of has been. It actually has done pretty well.
Because it's kind of funny, it's kind of dumb, but it's
Yeah.
really
It's just-
enjoyable.
Our
and
goal,
it's just us.
there's no target, there's no formula, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's just us. Like, let's just be us and
I'll
just
say,
have
That's
fun.
it.
To be honest, we'd probably be having most of these conversations anyway.
We
Yeah.
do.
So-
we do.
We literally do.
Yeah.
We literally tell each other to stop talking because we need to save this conversation for the podcast.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's always
the
been
time.
our goal, So
I think the funniest thing is going back to episode 1 this year
Oh,
and listening to
Oh.
it, and we're just
Oh my God! Please no. I'm
It's-
like, hey,
it's
Nate.
so bad. No, bro,
Oh.
it's literally
I mean,
getting
how much have we
so
learned this
much.
year?
Oh, so much.
My name
Like,
is Nate.
30, 36,
Hey.
or 38.
You still start every
podcasts,
episode like that.
basically, except for today. You branched out today. I'm proud of you. But no, go on back to episode 1
Oof.
and just hearing like what we said, what we talked about versus today. It's like it's just monumental of a change. Like it's unbelievable. So it's just
I think that
just imagine today versus February. Like it's gonna be
the,
just
the
that
people
much
we've met,
better.
the connections we've made via
the
starting
friends
this
we've met,
podcast,
the people we know now.
You know, there's people that we meet in Daytona that we are so close to. It's like, the only thing I can equate it to is like a family reunion.
Yes.
You know, Jennifer, you're absolutely one of those people that, when we see you, Dale and Kurt, another one.
Yeah.
When we see you, it's like seeing family you haven't seen in 6 months or
Yeah.
a year,
You
depending
shoot
on
the
how many
shit,
times
you
they
just
come.
Have fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Fun fact. What do you guys think is the most listened to? And I don't have all, because we didn't originally, for anyone that joined us later, we didn't start on YouTube. We did just the podcast and moved to YouTube eventually. But we still do our podcast. You can listen to that Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, all that stuff. What do you think is the number one, Jake? You can see it, so you don't answer. What do you think?
I can see it, so
YouTube
you
or
should ask
podcast?
somebody else.
I
What are
said
we
that's
talking
what I'm
about?
saying.
YouTube or podcast?
On the podcast.
On the podcast, our best. Oh gosh, I'd probably have to say the Coke 600.
Okay, Nate. Just I know it's a guess. Just what do you think was our most listened to?
Just name a race.
Just name one, because I know it's going to be kind of a shot in the dark for you.
No, I would say
Maybe Chicago.
Keep going.
No, I would say it's probably our Coda podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
Number one was our very first episode.
Probably
so
because we
sorry.
kept re-listening
I'm
to
so
it.
Probably. And you know what number two was? Coda.
Hey.
See,
It was one listen short.
and shout out to
I'll go back and
Grandma.
Listen to it.
Shout out to
Grandma.
Grandma
Shout out to Grandma.
for watching
Father
listening
Speed.
to every single
Hey,
podcast.
shout out to Father Speed.
Yep.
Father Speed.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think the biggest shout out, especially for me and Matt, is DGM. DGM Racing.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Yeah, man,
amount
that
of
hits.
just insider experience and being a part of their team, and
Sincerity.
unbelievably getting
The-
to the point where they decided that we were good enough to get paid.
The open arms sincerity.
I don't know how you pulled the will over there.
I don't know. But
I
you
think
know,
it's truly just you showed up enough.
That's true.
I think
You
Do
bugged him
enough
enough.
work, you'll get paid for
the
it.
people we met there were just so incredible. You know, Nicholas, Joe Jr., Joe Sr.,
Oreo.
Oreo is
Jackson.
Oreo,
bro.
man.
Oreo gives Nicholas a run for the GOAT title. Like
It's
Oreo
50-50.
is that guy, man.
Gary.
Gary. I mean, it's just
Jackson.
like
Rusty.
Jackson.
Dude,
I
I
mean,
mean, I'm
you
telling you,
just-
there's
I mean,
a whole crew of guys.
And
that
of course,
just-
Mario.
And Mario, yeah. Mario
You
and his
know,
whole
Andretti?
family.
We
Andretti?
no
Not Andretti.
them what they've allowed us to be a part of is just the most incredible thing. I just it's literally me and Matt get to
I know
show
we're
up.
getting like emotional about this, but it's
A little
kind of
bit.
like the last
Me and
episode
Matt
of the
literally
season.
get to
We're
show
just
up.
kinda,
and play with race cars.
It's
Yeah.
It is the most ridiculous
It is the biggest dream you
fantasy
could have as a fan.
I'm looking across the other side of the basement over there, and there's literally a front end bumper of a car that me and Matt built.
I'll go get it. Let's show it.
You
We'll be
know?
right back.
Show it on YouTube, man.
I mean,
it's
we
just like-
have shown it. To be
Yeah,
fair.
it's like,
it
you
was
know-
literally in the back.
Yeah, it was
of
hanging
our,
up.
of our last.
Oh,
It
I
is-
just realized. Did you scratch up your wall when you did that?
Well, I got the paint.
I just noticed that. Oh, Matt's bringing it.
Here he comes.
There it is.
Oh, I
pull
think-
up the camera view. Let me see this thing live.
The very first bumper they ever worked on, right here.
That's it.
This is it.
Took us way too long.
And it's a Chevy, baby.
Watch the fan. Watch the fan.
Please.
It's a Chevy.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
it's busted all to heck.
asked them why they don't run Ford or Toyota. I said, Chevy's good. I said, okay.
Anyways,
Yep. Okay, Matt, you
it's
can.
just
Thank
like
you.
you know,
Thank you, Vanna.
I can't express enough. I mean, how lucky we are to be so closely located to them, and you know, have the opportunities to go and help. I mean, me and Nate and Matt have been talking about, and DJ too. You know, like trying to get down to this off season and try to help build some cars. I know the season didn't end how they wanted to. They wrecked a lot of stuff the last couple months, which kind of
Just means
sucks.
they're gonna need help.
Yeah.
Not any of their fault, man. Just caught up
Yep.
in a bunch of crap. So that's
They've gotten wrecked.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun for sure. It's definitely, I think this whole podcast journey was definitely, I think by looking at it now compared to where we were at the beginning, like I don't know about you guys like listen to it and it's like, man, we didn't know what we were talking about. I know I'm sitting here looking like the audio sounded terrible. Like how in the world did I remember specifically after we did the first one, like, man, I think it was Jake or someone was like, man, DJ, it sounded really good. I look at it now and I'm like, God, man,
If I listen to it, it's like, no, we sounded horrible.
that sounded awful. Like I was trying to get us to get started with a shoestring budget, and finally we were like, we need to spend some actual money if we're going to make this thing actually work. So we spent some money, and it made a massive difference. So
Yes, sir.
it's been fun for sure. You guys have anything? Because I'm about ready to roll the exit.
Last thing I'd say is really just thank you, DJ.
Thank
kinda-
you, DJ.
You're welcome.
You honestly,
DJ,
I mean,
honestly,
Cool. This is a good
committed
time to tell
to
you
all
I'm
this.
retiring. Peace out.
Okay, you gotta teach us some
I'm
stuff.
trying to say, if you know
But-
anything about racing, you cannot retire.
All
But
right.
no, seriously, thank you.
I'm gonna
man.
pull
It's
the.
been great.
I'll start doing the Martin Truex there at the end. I don't know if I'm gonna come back next year. Not sure.
I can't wait to do a Christmas episode, and
Well,
I'm honestly looking forward to Chili Bowl. That's kind of like our next big thing. I mean, the Snowball Derby is great, but it's
Yep.
quick. It's kind of like a one-day thing, couple-hour thing, and then we get the Chili Bowl, which is like a week-long thing, and that rolls right into Rolex. So
Yep.
but guess what?
pretty much it until
In
Christmas.
2024, we'll be here for the speed.
You trying to be dramatic? Look at this guy.
Whatever, dude.
I'm proud of you.
Whatever, bro. Leave it to the rookie to be dramatic.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, it's been fun. We will see you guys
Salut.
another time.
Salud.
Salute.
See ya, guys. in
2024.
Whatever time we see you.
Daytona Rolex 24.